cuatro, tres, dos, uno, zero. Hello, everybody. This is Tyler. I'm here with Latinos to talk about this Latinx thing. What's up, guys?
What's going
Hola.
on?
Hey,
Hey, que
How are
pasa,
you doing?
chicos? Wait, I just actually used chicos instead of chica. My bad.
she gets
You raised Ramon.
But
is
anyway,
gender
this whole entire Latinx thing, just please tell me, guys, just what the hell is this?
Uh,
I wish I could explain.
something that the white man invented.
Oh yeah, some sort of evil white man just decided, hey, you know what? We're not just inclusive for like Spanish, so we need to make it more inclusive and stuff.
The
Not
thing
even white.
is,
It's only male.
Yes, the evil white guy.
it's the patriarchy, the evil patriarchy.
All right, who wants to answer the question first?
Well, I was raised in Chile, which is a Latin American country, and I'm part Puerto Rican as well. And the thing is, what pisses me off about the Latinx thing, there's two things that piss me off the most about the Latinx thing. The first one is that the X is used like how an American says or English speaking person says it. We don't use the X like that. It's our X is called X, and we don't use it like that. And secondly, it's because it's ignoring the way that Spanish has a lot of variations among all the Spanish-speaking countries. So basically saying that we need to have this change is basically putting like a giant middle finger to all the Spanish variations in Latin America, in the Caribbean, in Europe. So it's basically saying fuck your comfort. We need to be politically correct. So here is a letter that you don't use it that way. So good luck pronouncing it. You know, it's like it's such a fuck you, and it pisses me off so much because it really shows how they don't know about Latinos or Latin America at all.
Like, what do you think about it, Mate?
Yes, I think first I it's better to explain why the X, because we in the Spanish language we have feminine and male words. Like for example, it's not the same Latino que Latina. One is a male Latino and one is a female Latina.
Right.
And they use the word X to say, well, we with this word, with this letter that we add to this word, we are including the woman, the males, and the transgender. And if you don't use this word, you are a bigot. But it's impossible to pronounce that shit. You see, you have to say Latinx, Essex. There are more words. Even that is it makes harder to the people that are learning the Spanish language to learn it. It's, it makes it impossible, and they make another word to talk because this X is with the writing language. You cannot do it with talking. And for example, there is the word ella and the word él that is for he and she. So how they do neutralize the gender in those words? They use L. For
Oh
example,
God.
perro y perra, they will be dog and bitch. They use perre.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like that's what bothers me. The thing is, it's not only he and she that are gendered. Every single word is gendered. So we're gonna talk like retards.
Imagine if there was X on every word, like per X, got X, or me X, or whatever.
Yeah, like I actually saw like some sort of like poster by like from Prince where like all the Spanish words were just with X in it. It was like some sort of like, for example, they replaced the word loss with like Lex. It was just so bad.
Stupid it is. You can see how stupid it is. Almost every Spanish word is gendered, and to change that, it'll be very complicated.
Yeah, just change like muchacho to macha X.
But
Muchacho.
but the problem, the problem is there is no reason to actually change it.
No, at all. Like what they say, the reason why, and this is the dumbest thing ever. They say that it's because when we speak neutrally, we use the male version. Like instead of say like "come on, chicos," like it can refer to a group of females and males instead of "come on, chicas," which is only female. So they think that the fact that you can use the male version as a neutral term is a sign of the patriarchy is in our language, you know?
Oh my god! Like, so if they were to have like a group of friends, and if you use like amigo for like the two guys and the one girl, then it's just patriarchal.
Yes, exactly.
It's like saying "Hey guys" in English.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to admit that things are pretty great when the thing that you're fighting for is just for words to be neutral.
It's just that doesn't make any sense. Like, because like, why would you tell people just to put the X at the end of it when clearly it's just referred to everybody? It just does not make any fucking sense.
Amigas and amigos. It would be
so
amigas.
basically, it would be like amigex or oh my god.
Yeah.
It does very horrible things to your throat. That's why I hate it so much.
Okay, Llama, how are you doing? Oh, Llama, can you hear us? Oh, great. It's probably not here right now. But anyway, going back to the conversations, like, how long has it been around? Like, I have no idea how long it's been.
Well, to be honest, it was never used here in Puerto Rico. I never seen anyone in Puerto Rico use a Latinx before.
Same. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've never heard anyone said that.
I went to Puerto Rico recently and they never said it either. And they never said it in Chile or Colombia or Argentina, as far as I know.
I'm from Argentina, and I see the posts on Facebook and Twitter all the time, and all the time the feminists are using the X. About a year ago or 2 years ago, more or less. But the funny thing is that when I was reading the tweet of a feminist, she used all the words with X, all the fucking words with X, except for one word, asesinos. That means murders, implying that the men are the murderers. And I ask you, what the fuck? You use this word to take away the gender, but with asesinos, you are implying that all the men are bad.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, Llama.
Hi.
Hey.
Give me a couple of minutes, okay? I'll be here in a minute.
Okay.
I ask her, why the fuck do you use the gender word for that? And she said to me, well, actually, all the men are murderers. I say, what the fuck?
Oh fuck! Oh my goodness!
I had plenty of family members from Puerto Rico, and none of them use Latinx or any of that bull crap.
No, they don't. Like, what it obsesses me also is that in South America, like, what you're hearing about Venezuela right now is going really bad, and the poverty level in South America is really horrible compared to the United States. And these bitches want these people who are like trying to feed their families to change their whole language to suit their little feelings. Like, what the fuck?
Hi.
Like,
now I'm here.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Hello.
By the way, everybody, like, Llama's from Peru.
Ah, Peru. I'm from Chile, so you're north of me.
Yay.
I'm from New York. I was born and raised here in New York, even though I am Puerto Rican. But my parents are, and my older brother are from Puerto Rico.
You're New Yorican.
Yeah, New Yorican.
You're not real Puerto Rican.
Oh,
I'm
God.
Puerto Rican, just the Porto.
I'm like Chris Reagan. I'm New York, Puerto Rican, born in New York.
Yeah, like, isn't like most Puerto Ricans like born in New York nowadays, or?
Well, to be honest, I'm not even full Puerto Rican either.
Well, Puerto Rican millennials, if you count that.
Okay.
Puerto Rican is a social construct.
Of course it is. Of course.
Yes.
You know, that's kind of the truth. I mean, being Latino is actually being part of culture. I mean, everybody here has different cultures and different views of what is being Peruvian, what is being Argentinian, what is being Bolivian, what is being Venezuela. So all of this different is, I mean, there is so many different people down here in, well, in Central America too. So I think this is actually a good example of being kind of like a social construct. Like, it's definitely not a race, because I'm very sure that all of us together, we don't look anything at all like anything like at all. I mean, like, there is not one single race for us. I mean,
Well, yeah, like if you notice, you're in Peru right now, right? Or
yeah,
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 you've noticed that us Chileans look much whiter than
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
the Peruvians and
Even whiter than like
Colombians.
Mate.
I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
and even in Peru, I mean, the people who are from Lima, where I live, they're definitely whiter than those who live in the Andes or in the Amazonas. And so
Mhm.
it's not. I mean, we are most the where there are more people who is come from Italians, for example, and also Japanese, Asian, and in the Andes there are more pure natives. So we're not even look like the same in the same country. And all these people go like treat us like we are some single race, like the Latins,
Oh God.
Latins.
One of the things.
You know,
One of the things
that is legal here already. I mean, that is our president or cook president it's already make legal that we have to use the ads. I mean, the Latin ads for everything in all institutions.
What?
Wait. I didn't understand that. What
So
you
wait,
have to
wait.
use?
They actually institutionalized Latinx in Peru.
No, not Latinx with X, with the at, with the thing you put when you are writing your email. I don't know what to
Oh,
say.
that ad.
Oh, at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
at
yeah.
the
So
okay.
So
lead speak became like a official thing. What the
yeah, it's
fuck?
official.
Lead
Wait, because that is for the announcements of the government or for all the people.
The government, because I think the reason is because the president is a little bit not liberal, but a bit libertarian, I say, okay, and but the Congress is mostly conservative, but not normal conservative, but ultra conservative. I mean, it's mostly Fujimori. Latinos mostly probably know who Fujimori is.
Oh
They are
yeah, I know who he
very
is.
radical far right. So they have to prove that we are not the bats. That we are not completely controlled by this ultra conservative Congress. So they are using this to be able to signal that we aren't. And it's so stupid because the other day I went to a state institution and they have all these posters for all over, and they have the um, niños. Instead of saying niños, they have the nin at s.
Are you serious? Oh my god!
So gross.
Wow.
And honestly, I wanted to just tear up the whole thing and start screaming like ah, but I couldn't do it because I think I could be arrested or something. But and it's becoming mandatory for public organizations.
But
Oh my fucking god.
I mean, that's not so. I mean, it's not so bad thing. It's like putting the sidebar, si niños, sidebar us. It's the normal thing.
Yeah, it's neat. I mean, in you know, people ask me how you pronounce that. It's not supposed to pronounce. You're supposed to say niños y niñas. Like the president is supposed to say queridos y queridas, peruanos y peruanas y niños y niñas. So the speech is gonna last like twice it's supposed to last because you're gonna repeat every word. So I honestly saw this scientist on TV explaining something, and he was actually saying, and we're invited all people, científicos y científicas, and it sounds so bad because it's wasting time.
It's like yeah, no, it's basically like when it becomes like institutionalized, that's when I have a problem with. Like, if you do it in your own time or whatever, that's fine. It's just when it becomes like law or something like, or like what they did with the bill in Canada, where if you
with like C16s or something.
yeah, like, that's when I have a problem with it, because that is completely, I can't even describe it. It makes me want to vomit.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Yeah, I don't care if somebody calls themselves like non-binary, agender,
Yeah.
gender queer, or attack helicopter. But when they start demanding that you use like their pronouns, and they want you to meet their demands, that's going too far.
Wait, like isn't like in New York they have to make sure that they pay like the people who are misgender like money or something in the restaurants?
Yeah, I heard about I heard about that in a Top Hats and Champagne video. I didn't know about that law before until I watched that video. Oh shit.
It's just so fucked up. Like, I'm so lucky they didn't have that in Maryland yet.
To me, that sounds like easy money.
I have a
I know,
question.
right?
I have a question. I never read this, but they also use the X for feminist.
Oh no, they don't. They don't.
Because feminist is in Spanish is with an A. It's feminista. There is no feministo. It's feminista. So
Yeah.
there are words that are feminine. So I never see anybody says feminist. I mean that how convenient, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it'd be like feminex or what?
Feminist.
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 It's like I like the sound of it. It makes you feel like you're choking at the end, like you can't believe what you're saying. I like it. Feminist.
I find it ironic that these SJWs want non-gendered words, but don't mind feminist, a gendered word.
But English is already not gender. I mean, if they want to, if they have a problem with saying Latino, say Latin American. That's the word, Latin American. There is no end.
Right, like they can also just use Latino if they just want to be just so inclusive for those trans people.
The other, which one I saw? Giutino.
What?
Giutino.
What's that?
Is this girl, Joanna, who was in this channel Flama. They have videos about Latin America, and she's from Venezuela, and she's also Jewish, and she's a Giutina.
Wow.
And I mean, it's why I don't know why they are obsessed with their life. They're like their badges of honor, like my badge of oppression, right?
Jutina. I never heard of that before. That's pretty amazing.
Like I never heard of Jutina before either. That just sounds so horrible, really.
Find the thing. Let me find it.
Oh my fucking god, it's hilarious.
At first, I thought it was called Latinx.
I also thought it was called Latinx first, and then I heard a video where this Mexican girl was just like Latinx, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's not Spanish, because if you pronounce it in Spanish, it's like Latinx. You know, like that's what I pronounce it as, but not Latinx. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, those people are just they're desperately trying to make it a thing, but the majority of the people are not actually.
Yeah, like the only
they
kind
don't
of
actually use it.
right, like the only kind of stuff that actually uses it is like the MTV News and maybe like those random just Mexican American channels on YouTube, but that's it.
Yeah, I think it was MTV News the first time I heard it.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think it was the first time I heard it, and I was like cringing.
Yeah, like there
all the
was
way
this other
in.
channel that's called like Me Too that also has Latinx, like in one video.
I think the first time I heard it was from this girl that was also pissed off that Americans were dressed up as Cinco de Mayo characters.
Oh my fucking god! Like I saw this video on MTV where that woman just complained about how it was just so racist of us just to wear sombreros.
Then why do Mexicans sell sombreros in tourist stops everywhere?
It's
Like,
just Yes, it's true. I mean, every Mexican who's ever going to a World Cup use the sombrero and the flag and all the luchador mask and all of that. It's like they only missing a something saying Mexico in their face, and so they have no problem with it. No one has a problem with it.
No, actually, there's a very interesting story. You all know Speedy Gonzalez, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the Looney Tune person. Yeah, the Looney Tune.
Yeah, at first, after the civil rights movement, they were considering removing him because they thought that he was like a racist stereotype. But then the Mexicans were like, no, no, we like him. No, please keep him. And that's why he's still around, because Mexicans like Speedy Gonzalez.
I never thought like Speedy Gonzalez was ever racist. So
Oh, he isn't. He's
Cultural
cute.
appropriation.
He's very
It's like with the new game Super Mario Odyssey. There's a
oh my
Mexican
god, yeah.
Mario. Everyone's losing their shit over cultural appropriation.
Yeah, like the Mexicans that I saw on Twitter, like they didn't really complain about it, but there was like these people who were white who were just complaining about how evil and racist it was.
There was this Canadian saying like, I am being harassed, and I told her, you're not being harassed. You are being told by Mexicans from Mexico that you're being an idiot, and she blocked me.
Wait, okay, someone just said in the comment section that I want to have gay sex with you, Tyler. No. That's not gonna happen.
Me gusta.
It's only gay if you like it.
Of course I don't fucking want gay sex.
I mean, it's not gay if the dicks don't touch.
Oh,
Well, there was these people that they think that they are not gay. They suck the dick of each other, and they say we are not gay because we don't fuck in the ass. We are guys.
They're very manly.
oh my fucking like. Also, Mate, like, tell me what's happening like in Argentina. Like, I saw this photograph of these feminists who are just butt naked, just laying on the ground. Just what the hell is up with that?
Well,
my God.
that we call it retardation. You see, to me it was a progress. You see, because in the previous march of feminists, they threw Molotov cocktails, they punched people with like male people, and they destroyed the city. And this protest, they only fucking scream to the audience, nothing more. To me, it was progress, but it was so funny that they say that femicide is genocide. To me,
What feminicide? There is no feminicide here in South America. There is
Nope.
no there is violence, but there is no target to women.
yes, but in theory, it's the man killing a woman that is a femicide. They say, you see,
Yeah.
femicide is because you kill it because you think you own it, because you think that she's less, that she's a woman.
Yeah.
You think you kill it
Here's
because
too.
she's a woman.
Yeah, around like 3 years ago, there was a case of a couple that went to a TV contest, and they were get together to scam the contest or scam the people, or went all together with the program. I don't know, and this couple actually won the contest, and they got a lot of money. So after they got the money, everybody started to realize that the whole thing was fake. It was like this TV shows in which you are asked questions, and you are have this kind of like supposed to tell you if you're lying or not, right? And the girl was saying like she was asked like if you ever cheat your boyfriend, and she was saying yes. I mean, crying, right? Yes, I did. And the boyfriend was smiling. I mean, it was definitely a scam. Okay, definitely. And after they got the money, and everybody was saying it's obviously they got together, because I also wouldn't mind to be called everybody know that my girlfriend has cheated on me if I am gonna have a lot of money. It was like $1,000, I remember. And after they got the money, the boyfriend killed her. Okay, killed her and stole the money, and decide to actually leave, right? And everybody started saying it was feminicide. I remember many of us know, because this is like the first they both were committing a crime. Let's start by that, because you are actually committing a fraud. If you are with a person who is ready to actually do something, you are actually with a person who is actually have no moral. So he killed her, and everybody started that case started the feminicide here, the whole thing, because every time a woman dies, it's feminicide.
Are
Damn.
you serious?
Just any kind of
Yes.
killing.
Any guy will kill him.
And what about when children die?
Well, you see, that is funny because, for example, a guy kills his wife and kills his daughter or kills his son.
Yeah.
You see, they don't say that the son has died. He's a victim. They say that is, I will say it in Spanish. Es un femicidio vinculado. How do you pronounce that in English?
Vinculated feminists?
Yes,
Feminism?
By proxy.
By
By
proxy.
proxy, yeah.
Proxy femicide. It's a proxy femicide. So the son, there is no more victim. He's not a victim. The real victim was the woman who get killed.
Wow, they're awful. That's awful. I mean,
And the argument is that the guy killed the son or the kid or whatever because he want to fuck the mind of the wife.
Oh, like it was like he wanted to like torture her or something like that, like scar her for life. Like, why did he kill her afterward? It's so strange. Like,
Not even that. There is cases where he kills first the woman and later the children,
right.
and
oh,
still it's a proxy femicide.
that's weird.
That is so
That is,
strange.
I mean, there is no real. It's just like there is no real feminicide here down here. Just give me a minute, okay? Just give me a minute. I'll be in 5 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just when it's feminicide, it's implying a politically or socially charged murder, like a murder because of politics or social issues. It has nothing to do with just a crime of passion or anything like that. It has to do with some like politics, and that was not the case. And I don't think that happened. I think that's the closest I can get to a definition to feminicide.
Yeah, like we don't really have any kind of term like femicide here, so it's just murder for anybody. It's just not just like some sort of gender-specific murder or killing.
Well, there are words for murder of children or murder of offspring or murder of father. The one that is for the one that a father murdered to his son is called or daughter is called filicide. And there's one that is the killing of one's offspring, which is called prolicide. The killing of feticide. And these are actual words I'm reading right now at Wikipedia.
Huh.
Oh yeah, there's infanticidio. Yeah.
I never heard of these words actually.
Me neither.
Yeah, I mean, they don't use them anymore. Nobody
That is
uses
so
them anymore.
strange.
If it's murder, it's
Spanish
murder.
can be tricky. Spanish can be very tricky because even if you know Spanish perfectly from the Spanish Academy in Europe, like if you go to any of the Latin American countries or even Puerto Rico, there is so much slang and so many words like that you thought meant something can be completely different.
Yeah, like I actually, when I was making a video for Mate, there were like a lot of stuff I didn't even know myself.
Yeah, like for example, you claim to know to have Spanish as your second language. What do you think cabros mean?
Cablos?
Cabros.
I think it's like some kind of animal.
All right, yeah, that is true. Cabros is an animal.
Well,
But in
Like
Chile,
a goat?
but we say,
yeah, like a goat. Yeah.
well,
Like a goat. I think it's a
Back.
goat.
well, the thing is,
Well,
we say cab.
Yeah, in Chile it means like if you say cabros, chicos, it means like little kids. Now in Peru, like it's Peruvian student transferred,
Means
and
gay. It means someone who is very feminine.
yeah, it means like almost like it's almost equivalent to this is according to this girl, this Peruvian transfer. She said it meant faggot.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it means.
So she heard these Chilean girls say, "Oh, look at those cabros, chicos," and the little kids, and she's like, "What the fuck? Why do you call them faggots?"
Oh fuck!
Yeah, cabros also means guys. So like, that's how complicated Spanish variations can be, because even if you know it, if you go to another country,
Yeah,
you have to-
I remember once there was this. I think it was a pastor preacher friend of my dad that came from I don't know where. The thing is that in here we call the what they call insects out from where he was. I can't remember where exactly it was.
It's like insectos or yeah.
Insecto. Yeah. And here we call it insecto. Call it was bichos. The thing is that bichos in Puerto Rico and I think in a lot of other places it means penis.
Oh my god, I didn't know that.
What?
Bichos in Chile is just insects, and even the
Yeah.
movie Bugs Life is called bichitos or something like that, or bichos.
Oh!
Just like in Venezuela, for example, the word arrecho means being mad at something. Like, I am arrecha because my government. And here in Peru, it means extra, super, ultra horny. So a lot of Venezuelans, you make me arrecha, you what? And I mean, it's like, there is a list. I remember that a Venezuelan did that, all the words they can say here, because we're insulting them, and they are insulting us.
It's funny because in the Spanish I know, penis is like pee-pee.
He's like PNA.
Pee-pee.
Yeah, but we use that word too, at least at the pene. But we also use bicho just sometimes. We use it most as slang.
There is so many words for that here. I'm just trying to think in my head. I mean, here, pinga is for penis, and in Brazil is a drink too.
Oh my god! Let's all drink penises.
Yeah. If a Brazilian come here asking for that, they're that's not gonna end up well.
Oh my god! My mom says pinga all the time as a curse word. So.
Yeah, it is.
I heard people use that word.
Oh my fuck! Like, like I cannot imagine just somebody just going to like the bar and say, "Hey, I want a penis."
In the chat, there are all the variations of the word.
Look, see, everybody's just chorizo. That's what they say. But
Yeah,
to be fair,
I heard that one.
but to be fair, in Brazil they mostly speak Portuguese, so. I think.
Right, like they just have Portuguese. But I heard from my comment section like a few days ago that they're trying to do the exact same thing with like Portuguese by replacing it with X.
Are you serious?
At least according to somebody, I cannot confirm either way.
Oh.
Well, if possible.
Could be. They are actually very, very deep in social justice. I mean, I read this story about this girl, Sarah Winters, who was the founder of Femme Brazil. I gonna talk about her later. Like, I'm honestly trying to set up a channel because this is a very interesting story. But to make it brief, she was a feminist, and she started to say that she was abused, she was given drugs, she was forced to have abortions by feminists, by women, and she left, right? And she's Catholic now, and she's had her baby, and she wrote a book about how feminism is a scam and they don't care, and all the money that they get, and it's like money laundering apparently. She says she in the city she lives in Brazil, I don't remember which. She is like California, for example. Okay, she's harassed constantly
California.
by all liberals there because of they know that she left feminist.
Yeah, no, that does sound terrible. Like it's like the issue of abortion is very in Latin America it's a very controversial thing. I'm always going to stay the pro-choice stance, but nobody should force another woman
Yeah.
to abort
I mean,
ever.
she said, I mean, definitely, she's has a very interesting story. I mean, she was actually very poor in Brazil. She was abused. So she saw feminists like, wow, this gonna help women to not have the life that I had. And she was one of the founders of Femem in there. So she said that she was sent to Ukraine to learn how to protest. Right? They actually taught her how she's supposed to protest and the things she was supposed to say. And she was saying that they don't admit ugly girls, for example, or fat girls.
What?
Yes, I mean everybody knows that, but nobody actually, talks about it. And that she was, she pretty much said that she was pregnant once, and she didn't know what to do. So they gave her this one's I don't know what she was given to miscarriage, and she was almost bleeding to death, and they never care. They just like abandon her to her luck. And this guy who was Christian actually helped her. So that was like her red
Red
pill.
Hammer, what's up?
Nothing
I
funny.
mean, sorry, how's the name of this girl that write this book?
Sarah Winters. She's
Sarah White.
Sarah Winters. I don't remember her real name, but she's Sarah Winters. I mean, she has she's writing a book. It's in Portuguese, so I haven't read it, but she lives from her book and from what she's like trying to start her life again, and she can because I mean there is a lot of people who I mean if you think that Lacey Green has it bad, this girl definitely has it worse.
But to me, that the history sounds like bullshit. How they could let this girl bleed out?
I remember. I'm gonna investigate more about her because at first I also thought maybe this is a scam, right? But it's not because I see actually many feminist organizations here that say they help women, and I actually went to one years ago when I was having problems with my my child support, and this was this organization that say we help women, and it's the most famous here. And when I say that, well, I have problems, I don't know what to do, I need some support, I need some advice, and they told me to my face, we don't do that. So that's like my red pill, so to speak, because I knew that if they're supposed to say that they help women, and I went there and they told me that they didn't help, then what they actually are doing, I really don't know.
Just
Making
one
money.
second, like 1 second, you guys. Red Hammer, I heard some audio in the background, so you might actually could talk through that audio.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Okay, like you mentioned how like in Brazil they actually try to change Portuguese to X. Can you explain that?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I
we
can hear
can.
you loud and clear.
Okay. When I was in college, I studied humanities, which is the area most dominated by social justice warriors. And in my college, we would see feminists put posters on the walls saying things like, there's going to be an assembly, all students are invited, and they would write in that way, putting the X to suppress the gender of the word.
Wow.
In Portuguese, is gender the words like Spanish?
Sorry?
In Portuguese, the words are gender like Spanish.
Yeah, we have the masculine and feminine gender. I work translating for a company in Brazil that translates video games.
Hey, dudes.
And
Hey, what's up?
How's life?
Great,
Hey.
Alejandro.
Hey, you know how to pronounce my name. Hey, Tyler. I'm a big
Of
fan.
course, it's not that hard.
I've never done this before.
How you guys doing?
Great. Let's hear what he has to say about like the X for Portuguese.
Well, you see,
Okay, so
you're asking the wrong person because I am Mexican, so we would like to hear from Red Hammer. He has all the info about that.
okay. So I work for a company that translates video games,
Oh, awesome.
and I told them that sometimes it's hard because characters are like animals or machines, and I don't know which gender to use when I'm translating. And like even the way we say thank you is affected by the gender of the speaker. So, for example, a man would say obrigado, and a woman would say obrigada.
Right.
Sim, entendi.
Adu. Like,
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Obrigadex.
Obrigado.
Obrigado.
Obrigado. Obrigada if you're a female.
Yes,
Obrigado.
yes.
And how's the way that the feminists want to make that gender neutral word?
Okay, so it would require to change a lot of the language. I think I have a video of a Brazilian philosopher talking about that. Let's see if I can find it, and I will send you the link. It's in Portuguese, so I don't think you will be able to understand it, but let's see.
I mean,
my gosh,
if you can play in the if you can play it in if you can play it in the background and then just translate it for us, that'll be interesting.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, just I can understand some Portuguese, so
There is a writer who is actually from Spain who's very against this. It's Pérez Reverte. I mean, I don't know if Tyler know him. He's actually a great writer, and he's obviously been called sexist, misogynist, because he says this is nonsense, and this is
oh my god, really?
yeah. I mean, do you know who is him, right? Like Pérez Reverte.
I never heard him. Sorry.
Yeah, I never heard of him either.
Oh.
He's actually he wrote this series of books that was a movie with Viggo Mortensen, is A la Triste, and he's very important in all of that, and he's always been very opposed to any of the feminists and all of that, and of course, then the RAE, you know, you all know what the RAE, right? Like the Academia de la Lengua, the academy that dictates Spanish, also say
for the Spanish language.
this is there is actually already there is ways to speak neutral without using the X or the at, and they also being called sexist and misogynistic and all of that.
Oh my god, they're really like I feel like these people have never ever encountered somebody who is truly sexist, and it's not has nothing to do with words and language. It's nothing to do with that. They're completely losing the plot here, and they're focusing on the dumbest details, and they think that these little victories are just going to make them better people, but it's actually making them look extremely stupid.
You're walking on eggshells here. Like even the slightest word can make you sexist or misogynist.
No, they never actually. I mean, the sexism in Latin America is very, very specific, and it's very, very different from the sexism in United States, for example, right? I mean, we have this word machismo, who is very specific of a very different, very specific type of man. It's not just someone who hates women. It's completely. I don't know how to explain it, but it's very different.
In my experience, the sexism in Chile, for example, is very rooted on Catholicism. That unlike in the United States where women can be preachers and all that, in Catholicism only men can be priests, and they're the ones who are considered the messengers of God. It's all rooted on religion, and we can all agree that the religious texts like Bible, and even the Quran is very sexist, and that's pretty much true. And it's based on that in Chile in particular.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm only speaking from there.
Too. I mean, for example, I know a lot of men who are, for example, sexist in many, many, many ways, but they have daughters. They, for example, say, you can do this because you're a woman and all of that, but they also make sure that their daughters have a career. right?
Yeah.
And they make everything like they must have a career, no matter what career, but must have studies because that's what will protect them if they ever marry and then divorce and whatever. But they definitely must have a career. So I have a friend actually who's I will say sexist, but he's a little bit rude with women. But he also has a daughter, and he's paying them for engineering. So I see this a lot. I mean, it's like, I mean, there is a protective sexism, right? And it's not more like violent completely.
Yeah, no, it has more to do with the glamorization of gender roles. Like women should be protected and stay in the house, and men should go out there and protect women and make sure there's like it has more to do with that, which it can be damaging its own right. I mean, like it. But it's not the kind of, oh, I hate women, they make me angry, so I'm gonna punch them, you know? It's stupid.
Right, like I heard like the situation in Spain is pretty bad because they have this like gender violence law where if a man is falsely accused of like doing something bad towards a woman, they can go to jail.
That is in Spain.
That's like, that's only in Spain. I'm not sure if it actually is in other places in Latin America.
I remember watching a Vice documentary about that, about the law in Spain. And I've read on Facebook that they have outlawed what we call manspreading in the subways.
Yeah, I saw that.
They are also talking about it here already, and it makes me mad because we have, there is this a local paper here that is a leftist, and they are moderate leftists, but they were talking, what is manspreading and why it is important to know? And we have that when we have the government collapsing, like seriously collapsing, about to get an institutional crisis because they are about to actually pardon Fujimori, okay? It's gonna be a civil war here, and they're like, what is mansplaining? What is manspreading? What is important?
That's what I ranted.
Latin America? No.
That's what I ranted before you came on. That's what I ranted about, that all these countries have their own really deep political issues that have nothing to do with this shit. And they're like focusing on, let's use nice words, okay? Let's be like inclusive word. Fuck you. There's like a freaking civil wars everywhere. There's like poverty, crippling poverty. It's not like in the United States where there's welfare and there's other. No, it's they're in cardboard houses and they're everywhere. So shut the fuck up.
In here in Puerto Rico, a few months ago, well, you all know about the debt issue and all that. But a few months ago, a few months ago, I saw this article. It was from El Nuevo Dia, and it said that it's something that we live in a patriarchal society, and that we need gender perspective classes in order to correct that.
Wait. So Puerto Rico doesn't have like gender study classes or something?
Yeah, where I study, there is a program. I asked a friend of mine who is from the psychology department, and she told me that she saw into the curriculum, I think it was like a minor or something, but it was about gender studies, and she saw that it was a lot focused on women's issues when she asked about the men's issues, and they said, "Oh, we already do that too," but we don't believe it. we seriously don't.
So manspreading is illegal, but a homeless man sleeping on the subway is totally fine?
What about women spreading?
No, there is something that we women do that is very specific. The other day I noticed, like I don't know if you know this, women like to walk in packs. I don't know if you've noticed that. Women love to walk in groups.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes they walk on the street and they take over all the sidewalk.
Oh yeah, no, like I heard this story on Facebook. I have this SJW cousin that lives in Europe or whatever, and she was bitching about how the lines in women's bathrooms were very long, and it was all because of patriarchal architecture.
Wow, I mean,
Does she know how female bodies work?
Patriarchal architecture.
Told women to do that.
Excuse me.
You know,
Con permiso, por favor, con permiso. Con permiso. And that's how you solve the first problem.
yes, I mean, you can also say, excuse me, sir, you're making me uncomfortable. Can you just please move a little bit? That's it. That's it.
Problem solved.
Exactly.
No, speaking of bathrooms, Quentin here in the chat make me remind that a very, 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 very expensive and very, 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 very liberal university here has decided they are going to have unisex bathrooms, right?
Where?
So here in Lima. So they have gender neutral bathrooms, okay? So the men are entering the women's bathrooms, just like that, just the men. They are not even transgender. They're not even like, and they just enter. So this girl posts on Facebook that the men are just entering the bathroom, and she actually went and complained to the guard, like, there are two guys in the bathroom, and the guard told her, well, it's the law now. I can't do anything about it.
Oh, no.
Wow. Yeah, they're gonna like dirty up the girls' bathroom.
This is my problem with it, because I mean, you all know how we are. Like, we saw something happening in Europe and we say, oh, that's better, we must have it here too. And they are taking all the social justice stupidity without understanding, without anything, and let's do this because they are doing it.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, don't you see how other countries are exporting refugees? We must have them too. Like,
in Brazil, there was a controversy because the current president announced that he was planning to bringing in 100,000 Syrian refugees to Brazil.
100,000.
100,000, yes. And
They
there
are
was a
gonna leave.
protest.
They are gonna leave.
Why not take in 100,000 refugees from Lebanon?
Well, from Venezuela. I did.
And there was a protest, and a Palestinian guy who's been living in Brazil for like 5 years threw a bomb at one of the protesters, but it didn't hit, and it wasn't like a big bomb, it was a very small one. And now they're in Brazil claiming that this was an Islamic terrorist attack, the first one in the history of Brazil, and now we have all that quote-unquote Islamophobia now.
Wow.
Islamophobia.
But
Islamophobia.
But
Oh my
in
goodness.
Brazil, we don't have.
all of a sudden, like,
Sorry?
I'm hearing about all these stories about gender-neutral wars, about inviting refugees over to our countries and such. What's going on? Why all of a sudden so close together?
Virtual signaling. Definitely virtual signaling.
Oh yeah, no. Like, the thing is, I love South America. I say what I say about it, but the countries there are not perfect, and they're not first world countries. They have their own issues. So by bringing refugees from other countries, it's not gonna make things better when they have all these.
It'll make stuff
issues.
just way worse.
Yeah.
We cannot have any of this. No, but even if they bring them here, they don't want to want to leave. I mean, all the refugees that they actually brought to Uruguay want to leave because they were demanding money. And the government of Uruguay said, we don't have money, we're poor. And like, fine, we want to leave. We want to go to a better place. Like, maybe you could just go back to your war country if you don't like to live here.
Because we have here Syrian refugees that came here before 2015 that are here in Argentina without no problem because we don't give money to them.
There are here a few that actually work and they are like very productive members of the society. So it's not like all of them are, but there is definitely a group of refugees who want free stuff, and they believe that they are, because those who go to Europe have that. They probably believe that we're gonna give them that too. And I mean, the government can't even give us money to us. Why are they gonna give money to them?
In Brazil, in the city where I live, actually, there is a community of Christian Syrians who moved to the country in the 1980s. And now that there's a war in Syria, they have brought some of their relatives to this city where I live in Brazil, which is a very small city. And in 2014, during the Carnival, Carnival in Brazil, Yeah, during Carnival, I met one of the Syrians, and there was a transvestite right next to me because he's a friend of mine. And then the Syrian guy said to me, I had never seen one of those before. In my country, we have killed them already.
Boy, que porra é isso?
Okay.
You know what you Brazilians should do? You should say that you're having a crisis and send a Brazilian woman to Sweden. And send all the prettiest you have, you know, those black women who are beautiful, very tall and very curvy. Send them all to Europe to with very small clothes. Send them there, and you're gonna see how the feminists are the ones who are gonna say that they wanted to stop no more refugees. We're full. Seriously.
In Brazil, we have a woman, a dancer called Globeleza, and during Carnival, the TV used to show her dancing naked with paint all over her body.
Right.
There's videos of her dancing on YouTube, and TV would show that during like commercial breaks in programming, and everybody thinks it's perfectly normal, you know.
They should send the Tigresa del Oriente.
If I can find a video of her on YouTube.
They should send La Tigresa. Do you guys know that La Tigresa del Oriente?
She's one of the exports of my country. Like,
yes. She's
I'm
a
so
meme.
proud.
She's a Peruvian meme.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's a good woman, actually. She's actually a good person. But she's so special.
She'll be the peacemaker. She'll be the peacemaker. We should say.
In Brazil, there are people complaining because now she has started to wear clothes. I found a video. I'll send you the link. Wait, it's on YouTube, so it's safe for YouTube, you know.
Okay.
See.
Oh, yeah, thank you for work. All right.
It is.
Okay.
Hi. So
I'm gonna try to show the screen of it. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ooh, that booty though.
Oh, that bunda.
O mais vistos do YouTube.
It's thick.
O mais
That
vistos
is
do
thick.
YouTube.
Wait, this video is
Extra
not.
thick.
Just show the sample. That's all my Brazilian. It's
Extra
very
thick.
big.
Wow. You know what? I might visit. I might visit.
Yeah, I would love to go to Brazil.
She's very pretty.
Yeah, she's very gostosa.
And now she has started to wear clothes. Let me see if I can send you the link of her
Why?
dancing.
Why? Because the
with clothes
patriarchy
on.
made her dance.
No, it's YouTube making her wear clothes. YouTube doesn't like naked ladies. No, censor that shit off. Ah!
She was
But it's part of your culture. She should say, it's part of my Brazilian culture to go around naked. You're discriminating me.
Well, they're the ones who popularized Brazilian waxing. So.
Oh my, yeah, I mean, have a video about that and say, it's part of the culture. And what are they?
It's an advertisement for Brazilian
how they
waxing.
say, you know how they say that like the burqa is Islamic culture? In Brazil, we have the anti-burqa.
Oh. Amazing. Amazing.
Uh-oh, but like I thought the burqa's feminist. Oh.
Yeah,
Can you imagine any of these people trying to put the burqa in a Latina woman? Can you actually imagine?
Oh no.
Oh no, they wouldn't like it.
Like it will be like die. No, I mean no, because I mean, I once there was this couple of Muslims here in the bank, and the woman was it was not a hijab, it was like the other. No, it wasn't the burqa there. There was one who was in the middle, right? She had all of her face covered, and everybody in the bank, all the women mostly were actually staring back at her husband, like, you don't even dare to look at us, okay? Like.
Okay, and there's another funny story, which is that in Brazil we have a religious procession where people wear they wear clothes that look like the KKK, but it's completely different. It has nothing to do with racism. It's a suit that the penitents would wear in Catholic rituals.
That sounds like the exact same stuff that happens in Spain.
Yeah. It was brought to Brazil by a Spanish priest.
Yep.
Let me send you a link to a video. And when the procession created a page on Facebook, a group of Brazilian feminists who should have known better reported the page because of the KKK.
Oh my God! It's like the Sarah Silverman finding the construction marks swastikas. It's like the same thing.
Or that's
there is a dance here in the Bolivia and Peru. There's called negritos, and it's supposed to paint your face in black, because representing black people, because in case you have noticed, black people are not native to America, and so it's a dance. It's an indigenous dance, kind of making fun of black people. But we also have a dance in which people wears a mask of a white person, and they have curly hair or blonde hair, representing people from Europe, because they are not native here. So it's a mockery of both of them. And Bolivia has banned the negritos dance because it insults black people.
You serious?
I really don't know why exactly, but I have seen anybody having a problem with the other dance that mocks Spanish.
Was it Evo?
Sorry?
Was it Evo Morales? Or was this someone else?
The devil? What?
No, Evo Morales.
Evo Morales. Yeah, Evo Morales is still president, and he's gonna still be president for a while.
Oh yeah. No, half of my family is Bolivian. Actually, my dad is Bolivian.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of looks like him.
Bad.
Bolivia, Chile, and Bolivia do not get along.
No, they don't.
Chile, give your land back to Bolivia.
No, go surf in your house. Go with your lake, your Titicaca Lake. That's what it's called. I'm not kidding.
That's literally what it's called.
That's where the Bolivian Navy is.
We actually gave Bolivia, say, okay, for you, it's so bad. So you know what? There is a beach here, and you can come here and enjoy. You can actually, come whenever you want, and do whatever you want in the beach, swim or whatever. And the first thing that they did was to actually start to make Navy maneuvers.
Oh.
In my shore. In my beaches, how they there? I mean, okay, no, go back. You have to go back.
Yeah, I thought that they were gonna use it for fishing or something like that, but
right? No, they actually start to make military stuff.
But getting back to like Brazil, like I saw like this page on like Twitter. It was like Antes Deportes da Federal, and they basically have
oh my God, yes.
And basically, they have these like pictures of these college students looking really good before they went to college, and then looking so fucked up when they come out.
Yeah, before and after feminism.
Some of my friends from college. That actually happened to some of my friends from college.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Oh no! Don't tell me like the federal colleges in Brazil are like breeding grounds for PT or Workers' Party.
Yeah, they
I
are.
saw
They are.
one the other day. I saw a non-binary kid dressing very androgynous here, and I was like, I didn't know what to do.
Oh,
I know what to do.
when I went to college, there were all these kids who were
Fora
doing
Temer.
3D stuff. They all became useless just
What happened? You die?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he just died.
Don't die!
No te mueras.
And he's dead.
No te veras!
No mueras! No!
for me.
Rest in pepperoni.
I'm going to send you the link of the Twitter feed for Antes e Depois da Federal.
It's hilarious.
Like,
And
holy
sad
shit.
at
Like,
the same
all these
time.
pictures are just so fucked up.
This comment, Brazilian culture is oppressive to Muslims. Yes, it is. It actually,
Oh, yeah,
imagine,
you
imagine,
should watch this video. It's like watching a nature video.
Even
Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
Miley Yiannopoulos knows about this page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, look at the video. It's literally like watching like chimps in like a nature video. I mean, oh my god, it's
Oh my
hilarious.
What the heck? Oh my god!
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Look like
that's-
caveman.
Wow.
Wait a moment. Wait a
Oh
moment.
god, that guy looks like Danny Sykes-Bang.
what is, oh my god.
What the fuck's going on
Oh my
there?
god. Like, where's
Holy
the
shit.
comparisons?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god, look how lean down that girl is. That is so
Ooh.
Wait,
sad.
wait, I know this girl.
They took
You
away
do?
So late.
Yes, I was with her in a cinematic course. I was studying cine in my country.
Oh, wow.
Ah,
Cinema.
at the movie
Wait
theater.
a fucking minute. I don't think she is that. I have to search it in Facebook. Wait.
Like, holy fuck, she looks so different.
They
Like,
took away her top lip.
oh.
Okay, the comment right below it is saying she was ugly already. She only made it worse.
What?
It wasn't ugly.
Wait. I'm going to
Existing
translate. Wait.
Okay, I'll show.
Scroll down a little bit.
And I will
Okay.
leave tab
There's
there.
There is
no.
no such thing as an ugly woman. There are only women who get no money from Petrobras.
Skeleton.
There is a saying
She's
here, there is
definitely
no ugly
crazy.
woman. There is just not enough drink.
Definitely.
Oh no, that's just cocaine. The guy above Skeletor
Yeah.
is saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is so cocaine-ismo. Yeah, that's cocaine.
She got lice.
Parece uma caranca daquelas que colocam nos barcos do Rio São Francisco.
Yeah, Carranca is like a statue that they put in the front of the boats to scare away evil spirits.
Eu sinto pena.
Poor girl. I mean, I live very close to this university that I told you where is the gender neutral bathrooms, and so far I haven't seen any of them. There's still so far normal people, but one day I'm gonna see one of those walking here now.
Oh my fucking god. Just.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
On the right. What is
She was pretty.
Oh
She
my
was pretty.
goodness. What happened in those federal universities? It's not possible that people change so much in their lives. Change by
Just
They
their
tell
what
you-
the fuck?
Tell you that being pretty
Man,
is
you'd be
wrong.
surprised.
I mean, remember Jiggly, no,
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff? She was giving a class of how being pretty was oppressive and all of that. I mean,
I don't mind if a girl cuts her hair like short, and I don't mind tattoos and like lipstick, but this is usually a sign that they're crazy.
Yeah.
yeah.
It clashes with everything. It just does not.
Fuck!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, it's RP!
What is wrong with
What?
Oh my gosh, she looks like Tamer.
We're going off the deep end here.
Oh fuck!
Look at Willow.
Before and after federal police.
Oh my god!
What the? Wait.
This is your brain on intersectional feminism.
Create a meme. Make a meme out of that.
Wait, what?
Make a meme. An internet meme, you know?
Yeah.
Intersectional
Out of
feminism.
that.
Again.
Before,
the one
after,
with two
intersectional
lights in
feminism.
there.
Oh my god!
Uh,
It knows you! How disgusting!
What's with the hair? I mean, I don't know. Why is this empowering? I mean, I get if you wanted to have, you don't want to shave. Okay, I get it. But
Because beauty
the
standards are
context-
patriarchal and oppressive.
yeah, that's the context of it. They say that they're shaving off because men are forcing them to shave.
no one
I
is
mean-
forcing them. Who's forcing
People
them?
don't want
It's
hair.
disgusting.
These people
they
need
don't-
Jesus.
They don't take into account that people don't want
I
hair on
mean-
their mouths.
Oh my god.
Is he trying to get into RuPaul's Drag Race or something? Oh my god.
Please. RuPaul's Drag Race has more class than this.
Oh my gosh.
Like, Jesus.
I want to punch this person on the face. And I,
Oh.
I just want to,
Wait, I'm going to translate the comments below.
Baseball
The
bat.
comment section
Oh my
unless-
god, look at him.
I just want to be their mother and just get my.
the first comment say the first comment say
They
I mean-
should at least turn into a good guys. No, they become complete skags from hell. That's a horrible thing.
the first comment pretty much say that I mean
I'm deceived.
I have no problem if it was
my
fake.
snow.
And the one is saying, I love the honesty in this comment.
I love these
the
but-
other one the one is below is
but it's a thing that gives self
scary.
pelo menos
That's a very
ser.
scary thing. If they at least had some class and beauty, but they have become more.
I have a kid who is 15 and
Mhm.
he's gonna go to college in about 2 or 3 years, and this is scary. I mean, look at the people he's gonna be with, because unless he's actually,
Hopefully they're in the minority. I'm pretty sure they're in the minority.
Oh, it's my last year in college, and I am so looking forward to getting up because these people are everywhere, and they're all attention whores, and I can't stand them.
That's
Sit
a
down and
Z
chilling.
or Zer.
No. This isn't a United States. I'm in art school, so
okay,
it's
okay,
been
gotcha.
worse.
Z,
Oh, you
Zer.
are, dude. Holy crap, that's like the
Z is trying to embrace Zer, the
What?
crazy side.
Oh my god, he looked like such a sweet kid in that. Like
Yeah.
so
No,
full of
and then he decided
promise.
to become a
He
pothead
looks like a
hobo.
ball.
Look at the hope in his eyes. Look at the determination. And now he's just like a shell.
Where did he go wrong?
Wow.
Oh my god.
This is some new age Skrillex or something.
Fucking hell! Like she used to be so beautiful back then.
Yeah,
Just
liberate
a
yourself by
freaking
cutting
Skrillex.
off your long ass hair.
At least with the emo fad, they kept their hair. Like
Yeah.
here it's just like they shave off half of it, like all grossly, and they just like were mismatching stuff. It just no.
Wow. They were so beautiful before.
Oh,
Dude, what the hell?
Oh no.
that middle girl.
Oh,
She used
Yeah,
to be
the
so
middle girl,
pretty.
what the hell happened?
No.
I prepared before when they were oppressed.
What are they
They
doing?
became a woman and women became a man.
Oh,
No, they became gender queer.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Gotta
You
tell
see,
so far, I'm
gender-
not
gender
liking
queer.
Save these
freedom,
people.
Freedom from oppression
Oh
that people
my
keep talking
God.
about.
What the fuck?
This is your daughter on campus liberalism.
They actually used pictures from this Twitter profile.
This is your brain. This
Hey.
is your brain on feminism. Any questions?
I think they are fake. You see, the girl that I see, that I say to you that was my friend in the senior school, is not like that. And even she's not living even in Brazil. She's living here in Argentina.
Mm-hmm.
Some are like crazy. Some others just want to express themselves. I mean, but I think there,
In
if
Brazil,
my
yeah.
son will return home like that, I definitely be worried
looks-
because something is wrong, right?
Well, like there have been fads that were similar, like the punk fad and all of that. But the thing is, it was usually linked with fashion or with music and like as a concrete aesthetics. With this is focused on a political slash social movement. So what they want to do is be as big as attention whores as possible. So they wear all these mismatched stuff and this quote unquote edgy stuff like piercings and dick bras and that strap on. So they're trying to get attention, but they're like so desperate that they forget to look up actually appealing.
I'm pretty sure they're like bored of their lives and needed something to fight for, something, because
But we have things to fight for real here. I mean, I get it. The SUWs in the United States have actually no worry, and so they have to invent operation. But we do have real problems here.
Yeah.
So why are they doing this? It makes no sense.
I once stayed a week
Well,
at a
Think about
under.
it.
I once.
University students. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's okay. I once stayed a week on a underprivileged Chilean school in the middle of nowhere, and there was this one family with a father and a son, and they only had one pair of shoes, and they would have to take two.
Oh my god.
Like
Oh,
for the
yeah.
dad to go to work or the kid to go to school, and they had to like take turns. Like that just puts you in perspective the depth of the problems in South America, like how crippling the poverty is. And that's why whenever SJWs are here in America and like screaming their heads off, it doesn't bother me as much when they start involving countries like these, because that's when I get mad. Like when they involve Islam, when they involve this, like that's when I go like, okay, fuck off. You don't know what you're talking about. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
it's just so funny to me, like how many people, like on the social justice side, just protest, and then some of them just wave the Mexican flag.
Oh boy, man! Don't wave my flag. Screw those guys. They don't deserve to.
That's true. I mean, and it's like this one funny thing that I found out the other day about the SUWs. Like I was watching this video of a guy here who has a YouTube channel here, and he looks Japanese, right? And he has a Japanese name, and his family are Japanese. I mean, they Japanese is their ancestry. So he has no problem when people call him Japanese or things like that. But he said, "Look, I'm not Japanese. I'm Peruvian. I was born here. I live in this culture. I enjoy this culture. So I am not Chinese. I'm not Asian. I am Peruvian." So
Right.
Yeah.
it's like me. I have ancestry from Italy, but I am not Italian. I mean, I make fun of it, like so when I get mad, I'm Italian, I'm Sicilian, I'm gonna kill you. But I am Peruvian. This is my my culture, my country. So these SJWs are American. They're from the United States. They're not Mexican. They are not Puerto
Exactly.
Rican. They are not any. They are American, and they don't want to accept that. So it's like if I, as a Peruvian, would say, "No, I'm not Peruvian. I am actually Italian." This is what they are saying. If I say that here, everybody will think that I am a ridiculous, stupid idiot because I don't want to accept that I am Peruvian. And it's exactly the same case with them. They do not want to accept that they are American. That's true. They are first world citizens.
Yeah.
I am American too because I was technically born in New York. Even though I have a Latino ancestry and Latino parents, I was
Hey, born in New York.
yeah, I was born in New York, and I was born in America. I have American citizenship, so I am American, and I'm actually very proud to be American because I do love America.
Latino New Yorkers.
Yeah,
Not
What
me,
is New
man.
Yorkers?
Not me.
There
And
are
I'm
more
the only
Latinos
Asian
now.
here.
There are more Latinos now in New York than are black people.
oh yeah, I can believe that.
I remember I read that.
Latinos, they're coming and they're growing.
We're
Hey,
taking
everyone.
over America.
Yeah, there are lots of
Hey, sis,
Latinos and blacks in
Giselle.
New York.
Welcome.
Hi everyone.
I
Hi.
can see you. Where are you? Sorry, it's just that I have a few issues here, so I'm sorry. Just continue.
Oh, sure.
I was talking
Okay.
like we have Latinos, a lot of Latinos and blacks in New York, but if you go to like Manhattan or something, you'll find a lot of like white hipsters and shit.
Wait, what?
Why
I suppose it was in
hipsters.
Brooklyn
Oh.
or something.
White hipsters.
Well, I don't know much about the Latinos in New York, though I do know that there are a lot of Colombians in the Bronx. Ironically, we have a Bronx in Bogota, but it's actually pretty bad. But Latinos, hipsters, there are a lot of in my university actually.
There are a lot
I
of Puerto
live-
Ricans and Dominicans in the Bronx. I know that.
I live in Latino Central, which is LA, so
Whoa, dude. That's like the epicenter of all the social justice shit going on right there.
Oh,
no, that's more like San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
San Francisco,
I take
yeah.
it back.
LA is not that far behind though, but San Francisco's more SJ. San Francisco and Berkeley, they're more SJW-ish.
Yeah, my best
Yeah,
friend
I take it
lives
back. I
in
take it back. You're
my
right.
best friend lives in LA, and she told me a story that she was in a bus stop and she was listening to music, and all of a sudden she feels somebody like poking her on the shoulder, and this person is like this black hipster, and she can't hear her, so she takes off her earphones. She's like, "What?" And then the black hipster goes, "Well, I guess you can ignore me because of your white privilege," and then she just goes off.
Oh my god!
What?
White
Disgusting.
privilege.
And you're Hispanic.
No, she's white, but she was just in the bus stop listening to music, minding her own business.
Every time I hear about white privilege, I just scoff it off because do you know who's more privileged than white people? Asians. Asians are more privileged than white people.
I got rid of a lot of friends because they used the two words white privilege. I don't want those people in my life. Screw them.
I have a lot of friends who believe in all that white privilege thing and that cops are chasing down blacks and other people. Other people.
Oh,
I
police
have
brutality,
heard that.
actively killing the blacks. Oh no!
There is
Yeah.
definitely some white privilege. Like for example, here, if you ever see in any kind of advertising, you're gonna see very Caucasic people, and I mean, it's mostly you have models like Valeria Massa, for example.
Yeah.
Or she's from Argentina, but she's actually very, very white. And it's not the case, like, for example, a white model in United States can, represent many people. But there is no Peruvian model here in Peru, Ales, that you can actually see in advertising. There is, for example, I'm not talking about advertising of, things for the house like detergent, soap, like that. That not. But for fashion, there is not one single ad with Peruvian woman, and that's
Yeah,
for example, that's a
same
good
in
example of racism.
For example, in Colombia, there's something really interesting I found is that in Wikipedia, somehow it considers Shakira as a white person from Lebanese descent. So I'm really curious by that. As for what you call Caucasian people in Colombia themselves, there are few. Most of us are actually mestizos or mixed race. The very few that can be considered white are the big important families like the Santo Domingo and Santos, the president's family. So there's that.
I'll have to look into that. But yeah, back to that. It's also happening in Mexico.
In Brazil, there was a funny case of social justice when a group of black activists spoke at the Senate because they were trying to create racial quotas for black people in universities. But in Brazil, we have a very large percentage of brown people who are like a mix of black and white.
Right.
And then a self-proclaimed leader of all brown people of Brazil, which is like 60% of the population, started screaming at them, saying that they wanted to exclude brown people from universities. Let me see if I can
That's
find
juicy.
the video. Yeah.
God damn it.
That's why the whole social justice doesn't work here, because for example you see like feminism, we have to empower the Indian woman. Okay, that's true, the Indian woman needs empowerment, but what about the Indian boys, the kids? I mean those kids who live in the Amazon jungle, I mean, don't they suffer oppression like
Oh yeah, like do they actually have men rights activists in Peru?
the movement is growing, and that's a good thing. There is a lot of resistance for the everything that is gender studies and social justice, and the typical thing is like, oh, that's definitely the Christians who are doing this. And yes, I mean, I think the Christians and the Catholic Church is like organizing this, but not everybody who disagrees is a Christian. And the only so far argument they have is like, well, what's the name? Gender ideology doesn't exist, so you are wrong for protesting it. That's the only argument they have.
Lama, do you remember when I told you about the protest about gender identity in Colombia, about some books that the Ministry of Education wanted to distribute around schools to educate on that?
The ministry here wanted to start talking about how kids the usual. The girls can have penises and that boys can have vaginas. Everybody was applauding that. I mean, I'm gonna show you a picture of the protest. Okay, give me a minute.
Okay. Oh my god.
In Colombia, something really interesting happened, and is that the ministry wanted to give these books talking about gender identity and stuff, and there was a huge backlash from both parents and in schools and students about it. It was so bad. It was so bad that it actually cost the minister of education her position.
Wow.
And it was really funny because everyone was trying to blame the other. At first, the government was like, "No, there is no such a thing as a book about gender identity." Then they proved that the book existed. So they went, "Okay, the book exists, but that was actually idea of the Ministry of Education." And the ministry said, "No, it wasn't our idea."
Yeah, this is a National Geographic about gender ideology. I don't know if you have it in the United States.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh my god! No, we have that same issue too. I saw that. Oh my god! No.
I never seen that book.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
It's in Spanish.
January. It's in Portuguese.
Whoa! That's Portuguese, but
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you can understand if you read Portuguese.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that nobody reads here anymore.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god! Like, is that is that in Brazilian colleges or?
No, that's an edition of National Geographic.
Did you watch the pic? I don't know if I could show it.
Just press the green button, and then you could go to your window, and you can click on that.
Okay.
So for now, I would say that there's no risk of the gender thing going in Colombia, but of course in universities and colleges they're trying to push it through the gender studies department, but usually we just laugh at humanities here. And I am a humanities student, so it's kind of self-deprecating, but yeah.
Oh, can you tell me more about gender studies over there in Colombia? How are they?
Well, they're slowly trying to get the same idea of everything is white men's fault, but
do you see it?
Yeah. Just
whoa! What is this?
Whoa!
This is a protest that we have against gender ideology, and it will happen just in my city. I know there was everywhere else in the country, but I really doubt that all of those people are fundamental Christians. I mean,
Como
Um,
hijos, no te metas.
no te metas.
Wait,
No te
No
metas
te
en
like-
mis hijos.
Don't
could
mess,
you
don't mess up with my kids. That's what the tag means.
Yeah.
could you paste
Oh my
me the
god.
link of the
Rubio
the photograph?
seems to be sane.
But getting back to
It was like
Colombia,
that.
like
There
Well, we
there
in
were
Rico, we had
a
the
lot of
same
people.
situation. Like when they started talking about teaching gender ideology in our schools. Well, not gender ideology. But they call it the gender perspective classes, and it was one of those things that said that like you mentioned that is that women can be boys, boys can be women, and all that. A lot of backlash did came from the community, the Christian community here, but there was a lot of people in the Capitol protesting against it. Although, to be fair, the community of Christians here is kind of large.
Understandable. I
Mm,
don't know. I think something like this happened before in Mexico too. Like I remember there were 3 days straight of people protesting. It was something else, not so much
Oh,
gender
crap.
identity. It was gay people being able to adopt children. Because you see, Mexico right now is 80% Catholic, and that just doesn't fly it right there.
Mhm.
Other than that, I do not know how much of an effect the gender identity politics have in Mexico right now. I wish I could know.
all right, going back to
No.
Colombia, like how's the situation in Colombia for the gender stuff? Like you mentioned about how they were some protests or something there.
And continue the story. Everyone was trying to pass the fault on the other. Like, no, it was the government's fault. No, it was the ministry's fault. In the end, they try. It was actually an idea from the UN itself. Can you believe it? They suggested to bring those books, and when people angrily turned towards them, it wasn't our idea. Sorry. So in the end, it ended up that nobody wanted to accept responsibility for that, but they weren't going to accept those books in schools, and they never mentioned anything about it ever again. And the Minister of Education quitted because of it, because it in part
Really?
yeah, because it was sort of affecting the peace process between quotes, but mainly because the scandal was that big that the president was worried it could affect people's opinion on him and in the process and about education. It was actually a big blow up.
Wow.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it was
Like
actually it was actually pretty funny. Yeah, it's like really hilariously messy.
Okay, earlier in the stream, like Llama mentioned how like in Peru they tried to replace like some of the endings of Spanish with at blank, and then like some people mentioned about Latinx. Like, is Latinx pretty big in Colombia?
Ew.
No, sometimes for publicity and inside my university they put an ad, amigos amigas. They put an ad like in Gmail at gmail.com, but it's something that not that popular, and it's just for publicity and to catch the attention. If it's used seriously, it's usually mocked because that kind of thing is unpronounceable. So
Precisely.
people even if people read it, they will read like Latinx, they will read it like Latino. That's at best.
I will do that too, to be honest, as a form of protest. I don't like that. I don't like the little X at the end. Looks stupid.
Latinx.
Latinx.
That sounds like a tissue brand, like Kleenex, like Latinx.
It sounds like laxative. It sounds like laxative.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the Latinx thing is like a American Chicano thing, because
Yeah.
they probably
Totally
like
It
grew up
is.
Yeah.
speaking English like their native language, and like English, it's not a gendered language. So like, well, oh my god, Spanish is like gender, right? So it has to be so gendered, or something like that.
Mm,
I think we can all agree that most natives in Latin America don't actually feel that Latinx is something that we should promote.
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that the Spanish
found-
native speakers like they don't
I
think
found-
like these nouns are like exclusively masculine or feminine depending on like the nouns. Like they like don't. I mean, I don't think you guys think that salt is like female or the ocean is male or something like that, right?
Well, I do.
I found the guide of the state. Okay, I'm gonna show you the guide of the. This is the official guide. You see it?
Oh, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
It says.
Yeah.
Do you see it? It says.
The
It's
exclusive
a guide for
language.
inclusive language. If you don't name me, I don't exist.
Oh no!
It doesn't matter that I study hard, that I make my own business, that I raise a kid. No. If the president don't say, don't my gender, I don't exist.
Well, then
Oh my
you
god!
don't
Please
exist.
tell me they're not gonna change your pronouns to like ayox, ajax, or something. Or
Oh fuck.
Ajax.
AX.
ayox, ajax, or something.
I'm gonna try to find one of the posters. Okay, let me go.
Yeah, we have L, Aja, and what will come? X. I don't know.
It's nosotros.
AJ.
Nosotros.
AJ.
Nosotros.
Nosotros.
Vosotros.
Box.
Vos.
Sí.
Boss.
Man, I actually took a few courses of linguistics and Spanish for my program, and that kind of thing really rustles my jimmies in the worst kind of way, because that doesn't work. Language doesn't work like that.
You're literally butchering the Spanish language.
They
No,
literally
pretty
are
much.
butchering the Spanish
And
language.
it's
Sorry
butchered
for
by
my
people
script
who
fingers.
doesn't even speak language. Like if that at the start here, okay, I get it. But it was started somewhere up there. Like it really makes me wish that Mexico will actually build a wall, so we don't have to.
Peru
Will
is,
they pay for it though? Will they pay for it?
Peru is
Probably
becoming
not.
great again, though. They're building their own wall against Ecuador,
Oh,
right?
yes, yeah, no. Ecuador is building a wall, and Chile also wants to build a wall. What is with us? What have we done? Like, what is wrong? I mean, nobody says that this is. I mean, no, there are people saying this is racist, but I really don't know what exactly Ecuador has against us, because we gave them away territory during the war. Like, I don't know why. Thank you, Fujimori. And then Chile came here and destroyed my city during the war. So, and now they are building a wall.
It's funny because gringos don't have any idea how much shit we fling at each other in Latin America. Like we're always fighting all the time, but it's always like a snark fight. But now Ecuador seems to have taken to the next level. I wonder if they have the wall up before Trump. That's my only concern, because I want to see it, just to see what happens.
Obviously, those Ecuadorians are just racist for having that role.
I don't know, man. Like Mexico
mean-
has a small wall against Guatemala, and whenever a Mexican guy tells me, "Oh, do not build the wall, do not build the wall," I ask, "So can you take down the wall in Guatemala?" No, fuck those guys. Fine, screw you too.
Are you kidding me? We have a huge issue with Nicaragua due to this conflict between Nicaragua and Colombia regarding limits with the sea. That the Hague Court actually gave Nicaragua part of our territory, like that really was also pretty bad, and Nicaragua is still demanding that we should comply with the court's sentence and give away territory. But like, no, that's never going to happen. That's never going to happen, and it's actually become pretty tense because they want to expand their territory to Colombian territory, to pretty much Colombian territory. And honestly, just make it a wall. We can build a wall, but we can sure keep a wall. Bring it on. that's our water. Those are our waters.
You know, I find it very interesting how they say the United States is very divided at this moment when Latin America in itself is already divided pretty much.
Divided, called Shaga because we've always been divided.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I keep
It's
like,
more
I keep
like
hearing a
each
dog in the
other,
background.
I mean, there is like I honestly believe that Latinos like each other and care for each other and all of that, but you
That's
know,
a pair
I
X
mean,
barking.
what? When?
Pair X. That's a pair X barking in the background.
Oh. Sorry if it's a bit of background noise in my state because my sister is scolding me for talking too loud. So
No,
sorry to hear that.
it's not you. It's actually Igrado.
okay.
I can't find the thing.
So, for example, Latin America has some really interesting beliefs regarding each other because, like, we get fine, but we also hate each other. It's like just a huge sitcom at this point. So, for example,
That is actually true.
For example, we hate Argentina because they're really arrogant about being white.
Is Argentina a first world country?
Well, they claim to be.
I remember an Argentinian actually told me, ironically, that Buenos Aires was the Paris of South America.
You mean like the
people
Venice
say
or
that, but he
Italy
was
of
actually
South America.
Another funny thing is that due to the results of the last World Cup regarding Colombia and Brazil, that it was totally a scam. Brazil is not. Let's just say that there's not much trust because that match was pretty much fixed in favor of Brazil. So there's this mistrust with the Brazilians regarding that. Then there's the rest of South America laughing at Mexico for the wall comments. So we just the worst we call them sometimes is saltamuros, wall jumpers.
Wall jumpers. Wall jumpers.
So
we just insult each other, and it depends on how we how we do it. Like, for example, we call Venezuelans venecos, right? Venecos, and it's apparently for them it's not a good word. They say, well, they tried not to call us that, and then we called Colombians, we call them colochos, and there is really no meaning then of that. And I really don't know why exactly, but we call Chileans rotos.
Ooh.
I really don't know why. Zero. That was mean intended, but I really don't know why.
Oh, shit. Oh.
What do you call Spaniards?
We actually don't have exactly a term for them, but we laugh
do.
a lot about their dubs.
We do.
You do?
Chaperones.
Chaperones.
I don't know what it means.
In Colombia, we have
Españoleros.
españoletes.
Españoleros.
Españoletes. So, but we mostly laugh at their awful dubs. Doblaje vital a todo gas. But at least in Colombia, we don't have many terms for Spaniards. Maybe españoletes, but when we're talking about Spaniards, we often do it laughing at their awful dubs. If that makes sense.
Awful dub?
We have a term for Spaniards in Mexico.
It's all about the subs, yo.
We call the Argentinians parrilleros.
Ariels?
Parrilleros. Barbecuers.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
I really don't know how you called us, but I know it's not pretty.
Barbecuers.
Grillers.
Grillers.
I don't know. Like I would be complimented if I was called barbecuers.
Barbecue is delicious, especially Brazilian barbecue. Churrasco.
You're deported from
Yeah.
Argentina if you don't eat 300 kilos of meat a month.
Yeah, this is true. This is actually true. What other name? For Ecuadorians, I really don't know how we used to have one that was very racist, but we don't use it anymore, and it was because we were in war.
Oh,
I don't want to say it.
That's fine.
I want to know.
I want to know too. Actually,
I want to know too.
We call them monkeys
Oh.
because they are actually.
By that,
It's not because they actually produce a lot of bananas. They export a lot of bananas.
Oh,
Oh, handcraft.
In Brazil, we have we have a lot of fake brand products made in Paraguay.
right?
And so in Brazil, when we want to say that something is fake, we say it's from Paraguay.
oh, just like
Man,
how
that's
just
awful.
like China. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, in Colombia we have something similar. When someone's telling a story and it's pretty clear that the story is false and they're lying, we say it's cuento chino. It's a Chinese tale.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I remember in the 90s when Colombia. I really don't know what problem you have, but you actually watch a lot of Peruvian TV. And instead of calling the parabolica, it's called the perubolica because I remember that one.
Good times. I actually watched the Perubolica. I managed to get it to be in that time, and it was, I don't know. I used to watch Pokemon in La Perubolica.
Ooh. Was it with the Spanish dub or was it with the English dub with subtitles?
Latin
No, no.
American dub, of course.
Ooh,
same
the best dub, the best dub.
Best
I
dub.
remember I would speak like an actual man.
Yeah, Purash. I think the guy is working for MTV now. The guy that voices Ash or voiced.
Really? That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Really? Like what show?
He had a show, but I think it was canceled. It was MTV News. He voiced Ash for 13 years. But
So Ash sounds more manly in the Spanish dub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but not now because he moved to Argentina to work for MTV, and he was sending his recordings to the studio in Mexico, but then it became more difficult, and in the end they changed him. Unfortunately, but it was good for a while.
Colombia has a very pretty dubbing. Actually,
it's awful. Yeah.
it's becoming better than the Mexico because the one in Mexico is now lately they use so much your accent. You can actually tell there is from Mexico.
I agree
Oh.
with you. I agree with you completely.
No, actually, I'm one of those few that think the Colombian dub is actually pretty bad because, well, this is old, but have you heard of Duelo a Muerte con Cuchillos?
That sounds fun.
Oh my god! The other day I saw that one. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Colombian dub is actually not that good because, for example, the show Scorpion, I think it's dubbed in Colombia and it's bad, really, really bad. I'd say that in terms of quality, Mexico does a good job, but it depends on the studio and the director. For example, the bad dub studio in Mexico are Dubbing House and Candiani, and unfortunately, those are dubbing a lot of shows nowadays.
Oh, that's not fun. Oh well,
Yep.
what can I do?
Like isn't like Dragon Ball Z like the Mexican dub popular there or something?
It's
Oh,
popular,
yeah. But the old dub.
The one who did it is ultra famous. Mario Castañeda is
yeah.
like a mega star, and whenever he goes to any convention, people is like the master dubber here. Like it's him.
Yeah.
It's the guy who also play Vegeta. I remember it's Rene something. and the other one who was Jesus Barrero, who died recently,
Oh,
and it was very very sad. I mean, Jesus Barrero did the voice for a anime called Senseiya. That it was
He was Seiya.
he was Seiya actually. He right and. I mean, he has done the voice for the original anime, the OVAs, the movie, and everything. And he died because cancer sucks. And it was like actually losing the character for many of us.
really?
A fun fact: the Naruto Shippuden Latin American dub, the Akatsuki had the best cast you could imagine. For starters, Hidan was dubbed by Mario Castañeda. Hidan was Goku.
Yeah.
Second, and
Man, this Goku.
Kisame is Vegeta. And Deidara was actually Jesus Barrero, was Seiya. And he actually did a pretty good job. He actually managed to dub the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. And the game came out, and 2 weeks later, he died. Jesus Barrero.
Oh, that sucks.
So he pretty much worked while he was sick, and the game came out and he passed away. That hurt like a lot.
Wow.
Wow, rest in peace, my man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of the dubbers are dying because when we know them since we were kids. I mean they're doing this job since 20 years ago, and they started when they were already in their 30s, 40s. So we're gonna start losing them, and that's gonna be very, very sad.
Or childhood is dying.
That's my childhood. I mean, not yours because you're younger than me, but I mean, it's there was another one who's called Capitan Memo. Who did all the don't know him, Captain Memo, who did all the not the dubbing, but he did the songs of many openings like He-Man and a lot of those from the 80s, and he's definitely like I mean these people know their audience. For example, one of the most pretty videos that I saw, it was in a convention in Brazil when the guy who sings the opening of Senseiya went there for a convention, and he was started to sing the opening in Japanese, right? And in the middle of the song, he started to sing in Portuguese. I mean, the translation of the song in Portuguese, and the people there went crazy with it. I mean, they were like, ah, because it was. I mean, he definitely cared for their fans, because Brazil and anime are they spend a lot of money in anime.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, like speaking about like dubbing, like how's the dubbing stuff in Brazil?
Wait, I found the Brazilian dub of Knights of the Zodiac, the opening.
Okay.
I'm going to send you the link. Wait.
I once saw the opening of the Brazilian opening of Digimon. It's actually pretty weird and pretty bad, because there's this random woman dancing while Digimon scenes are on the background, and you have to show it. Yeah, you have to show it.
Wait, here's the link.
Okay.
How do I
share it?
Okay.
Share it for us to watch. I see it. Sorry. You hear that one?
Put it on the screen.
I put it?
Someone.
Okay.
Okay, just 1 second. I just need to set everything up.
Let's see.
Apparently, the Colombian dub is a sort of meme in Japan. The whole duelo a muerte con cuchillos is a meme there, and the Rurouni Kenshin dub too. Even though people here think the Rurouni Kenshin dub is good, it's actually not good. It has a lot of mistakes in terms.
How do I play it? I just
to put it on the screen.
Yeah, just put it on the screen, and then like the audio should come. No, wait. Like, can you actually get the audio from the video?
No, I don't know. Wait.
All right. Okay. So basically, how you get the audio from the video is like you had to like get rid of your headphones and point the microphone towards to the audio.
I'm using my phone's earbuds, so I wouldn't be able to do that.
Okay, 1 second. I'll try to do it then.
Okay.
Thanks, Tyler.
I can.
I hear some mumbling.
I can. Okay.
All right. Hold on. Okay. And
That's definitely an anime that I recommend people to actually watch it, Senseiya, because it's definitely something.
Why don't you have an ad blocker?
I don't because I guess I got it off or something.
Okay.
Wow.
Saint Seiya.
Caballeros del Sobaco.
Caballeros del Zodiaco.
Kokoro no Cosmo.
Tyler, you definitely have to watch this anime, especially the first seasons.
The opening's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He's,
Heian Space ella. Hasta el final.
Holy shit, Saint Seiya! It's one of my favorite anime of all time.
Yeah.
I told you a bit.
I just
This
got
is like
back.
Look,
everybody has watched that here, I think.
Yeah, Saint Seiya is huge in like Brazil and like
Duele
Italy
muerte con
and
cuchillos.
France. Here in the United States, not so much.
yeah.
I think it never went to America because they censor it a lot because there is a lot of plot. There is an episode when this guy start to bleed for every part of their skin, and I mean they definitely have to censor the whole thing.
Wow.
I think the Night of Aphrodite.
It was called Knights of the Zodiac here in the U.S. And
Yeah.
then ADV Films released the uncut Saint Seiya DVDs, but sadly ADV Films went bankrupt.
Yeah, like there was only like 70 episodes, I believe, that was redubbed in English.
There were two.
The anime is very long. There is them against the first season. The second one is against the god of Asgard. The third season is against Poseidon. The fourth season is against of Hades. And there is 4 movies, and there is a new version. There is they against Hades, but in another century. I mean, it's actually it's definitely a big fandom.
Yeah, one of my high school friends would write gay fanfics. Based on the Knights of the Zodiac.
No,
She
that-
had.
If I can remember.
Yeah, this anime, it was the one of the ones who started the whole yaoi thing in the 80s. Like it was because the author of the manga is not gay, but he's definitely have an obsession with very sculpted bodies of men.
All right, let's listen to the Spanish song version of it, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Saint Seiya, Ashita no you. Okay.
Takishimata! Kokoro mo tosu
Todo el mal.
Asuku moyase. I'm singing the Japanese version.
Poder.
El cosmos te mirará.
Su fantasy, porque son tus poderes.
Tyler, you definitely need to learn all about the Cosmo.
Okay.
You
I
definitely
need
need
to
to
watch
learn
this
about the
anime.
Cosmo. Like, the Cosmo is
Saint Seiya, Saint Seiya, Saint Seiya,
Oh, look for Duelo a Muerte con Cuchillos. You have to see it.
Oh,
Man, just looking at these, man.
Pegasus!
Go back to Mexico.
Museiken!
I need to watch this kind of anime. Oh my god, I've been missing out a lot, I guess.
But you definitely
Dude, me
have to
too.
watch it and feel frustrated like the rest of us because the manga still doesn't finish. It started in the 80s and it's still running.
Another Berserk.
Does Sailor Moon count?
Anime from back in the 70s and 80s is so much better than the stuff from like recent.
Oh yeah, like with stuff like with Dragon Ball, with Fist of the North Star. And...
Gotcha Man. I have the Blu-ray set.
Oh
of the
yeah,
original
Gotcha Man. Like it was like the freaking.
Hey,
it
there's
was
a-
called. I'm sorry.
No, there's still good stuff. You have to watch Yojo Senki, Saga of Tanya the Evil. That was the hot shit last season. I loved it. Highly
What about
recommend.
JoJo?
Yojo Senki.
No, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
No,
the
Yojo.
the JoJo manga has been around since the
Yojo
80s, but
Senki.
the anime has been
Not
around recently.
Yujo Senki.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, the anime about the little Nazi lolly, but she's not like Hitler. She was like the Red Baron,
Hmm?
and it's actually pretty great. I can't wait for the second season. That's one of the few good anime that have come out well this year.
I'm going to watch it.
You should.
Gotcha Man, Kashan, Mazinger Z.
You know what I think? I think that anime in the United States is actually causing a lot of harm for no reason because it's like seeing kids with a lot of sugar. Like it got this the guy who was actually watching hentai. Right? Look all what anime is doing up there. Like you can handle that for some reason. Like imagine that. He just wanted to know if tentacle porn exists, and he was trying to prove with his
Yes,
kids.
I know that. Bichiku.
Kurt Eichwald?
Oh, I wasn't looking at hentai. I was checking to see if there's such thing as tentacle porn for my wife.
Dude, just admit it.
I think I remember that.
I really hope his kids are adults because what kind of person watched that with his kids? Like
He's
I'm just too ashamed to admit that he watches hentai. That's all.
he called them kids. That implies they're just children. That's kind of unnerving.
right? I mean, he should just say like, okay, I was watching that, or not mention it at all, and that's it. Like, but I mean, seriously, it's like I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what's the alt-right obsession with anime either. Like,
Maybe it's because technically speaking, there are some traditional between quotes stuff about anime, like the girls being pretty, being well feminine. Sometimes the strength of the characters, particularly men,
yeah,
or maybe because liberals just hate anime, and well, anime is for shit posting.
why they hate it? I don't really get why they hate it. There is definitely some anime that is completely trash. There is anime that is definitely amazing and very beautiful, like Senseiya, for example, or Dragon Ball, or Sailor Moon. I'm not a fan of Sailor Moon, but it's there are who are definitely crazy, but I don't really know why they hate it so much.
I loved Sailor Moon a lot when I was a little girl because, well, it just was so magical. But then I watched Madoka and I couldn't turn back. I I can't stand watching Sailor Moon now because it seems just so normal and regular, and I want suffering from my magical girls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like with Sailor Moon, it actually came in the States very edited before they actually re-release it with a new dub and everything.
Nice.
You know, one of my favorites is one that is called Lady Oscar. I don't know if you ever watch it.
La
It
Rosa
was-
de Versalles.
Sakura
Ajá,
Card
Rosa
Captor for the
Versailles.
life.
It's very beautiful. It's supposed to be this general in France who had only daughters. Okay, and when he had this fifth daughter, he went crazy and said, "Okay, I'm just gonna raise this kid as a man," and he named her Oscar, and he raises exactly as a boy, and it happens years before the arrival of Marie Antoinette to the court. So they want someone to be part of her court. So they choose her because she was a woman, right? And so the story is about her and about gender roles and about how it was hard for her to be a woman, but actually having a masculine role. And eventually, with time, she started to fall in love with Fersen, who was the king lover. And I mean, this is actually an anime that I can see many people from the from the SJWs to actually like, because it's actually a very pretty story. So I really, that's one why don't I mean they are actually just watching the wrong anime.
Hey, like 2D actually came in. He's actually from Spain. How are you doing, 2D?
Hi.
Hey.
My name is Najim. I'm from Spain, and I'm a little bit shy.
Hey, no worries. All amigos here. Welcome, dude.
I learned English by myself, so
Doblaje vital.
if I say something wrong, excuse me.
No worries,
No,
man.
it's okay.
No
We're
worries.
saying a lot of wrongs here, don't we?
Yeah, no te preocupes.
Anything goes here. Anything goes.
Oh yeah, anything.
I was
You know,
that thing from Duelo a Muerte con cuchillos.
Yes.
¿Duelo a Muerte con cuchillos?
You know,
Sí, es un duelo a
Arte
muerte
con cuchillos is a meme that it's a bad translation in which I mean the original in Japanese, I think they speak about the techniques they are using in a battle that involve knives, right? But in the dubbing they're saying like
ninja weapons.
no, I really don't know exactly why, because
It's
I
like
don't know the anime.
I forgot the names of those weapons. Craft.
But
kunai, shuriken.
It's actually a technique with knives and whatever. And in the dubbing in Spanish, they say we're gonna fight with knives, but they don't say the technique. And everybody, oh, knives!
Instead of
They're gonna
Kamehameha
fight with
saying on
knives. And instead for 1 minute of people saying, are they gonna fight with knives? And
Even better, they say deathmatch with knives and deathmatch with knives. Deathmatch with knives. I think they're going to fight with knives.
and everybody in the audience, knives! it's hilarious.
Because a Japanese, a guy that was from Mexico, he said he spoke Spanish, and a Japanese took a pencil and said in Spanish, "Duero a muerte con cuchillos." Like, you are just a meme.
All right, like
I gotta
a
look
question
into this.
to like 2D, like how's the whole entire Latinx stuff in Spain?
The whole that thing we don't talk about the Latinx team here, but the inclusive you know the inclusive
People
idioma
Language.
language. The inclusive language here is very touchy
Alright.
Sensitive.
thing here
Expresses.
Subject.
because they want to change the language totally,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
but no, really, it's a very old language, and I don't know. That's
Precisely. I agree. Nobody fucks with my language. With our language.
It's funny. It's funny because we have an interesting story with the RAE, la Real Academia de la Lengua Española, and is that we don't like that they somehow tell us that something should be pronounced this way or that way, but we still follow the rules in terms of grammar.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell us that you can say lluvia or lluvia, but you can't just change pronouns or how and euphony and that stuff. So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, we somehow still follow what the RAE says pretty closely. So can't say todos y todas because that's way too long. In the general is todos.
I know that todos is masculine in our language, but it's neutral. I mean,
Exactly. Neutral.
Yeah, it's like the word dude.
It's neutral.
Right, because
There's nothing more.
Masculine plural is actually not gender because it's just supposed to talk about a group of people, right? Todos, it means everybody. And when I was actually reading some of it, pretty much they say like they are assuming that the person who is talking is not including the woman. So this is all based pretty much in mind reading. Like, I am assuming that you mean only the men. And I can remember anybody that I actually speak in my life. When I say todos, I am not including woman. It's impossible. I'm talking about, it's like an ego thing. Like I am a woman and I want them to actually speak my gender because I am a woman. That's the only reason.
That sounds a lot like attention whoring to me, and I hate when someone starts with that. Like, I'm a woman, and my opinion matters.
Speaking about like the word whore, like I saw this video from Me Too where they had this concept of like punta shaming. Punta shaming. I'm not even joking too. I'll send the video link to you guys. 1 second.
Why do they think that the word is empowering? That's what I don't get it. I mean, that's definitely a very bad word here. I mean,
better than being called zorra because at least putas get paid.
Zorra?
That's that. But seriously, like, I mean, it's definitely like, for example, I was watching a local timeline here, and there is a guy who's very, very regressive, okay, very, very SUW, and a friend of mine posted a tweet of him from years ago, in which he actually said a very racist joke, like it was something like, "I'm losing so much time that I think it was taken by it was stole by a black man," something like that. It was actually a very racist joke. And he posted like, and he kind of made the point that well, these people are always the ones who pontify, preach the most about are the more racist. And the guy actually show up and say, you know what? It's just everybody can make mistakes, but the thing is how we improve and make each other better. So he's implying that he's doing all of this because he's like a
sinner. Pecador.
Exactly, like a sinner, and he wants to be better. I'm fucking better than you. That's exactly what they are saying. Like, it's about tell the other person, I am better than you. Okay, you don't want to do it, then I am better because I am doing it. You're doing nothing, without realizing they are actually not doing anything at all either. I mean, then what are they doing? They're doing nothing.
I actually always on the constant fear that I get in trouble in my uni because
I wanna find them.
Because I don't hold back when it comes to my opinions, and I'm pretty much I go against the current in a university that pretty much sometimes tries to be progressive and very liberal, but at least people there respect me.
Here we go.
And
okay,
let's see it.
X.
Puta shaming. Right there.
Oh, look at those faces. Look at those hairs.
Look at those Chicanos. Look at them.
But puta is gender. There's also puto. Where's puto shaming?
Oh god.
Men don't matter. I'm
It's
women
slut
matter.
shaming. That's what it's supposed to be. It's slut shaming.
Slut shaming.
Okay, 1 second. I'll try to get the audio through.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Some girls don't want respect. All I'm saying is, I have respect for myself. Wow, you sound worse than the guys. Yeah, anyone can be guilty of slut shaming or puta shaming, not just the guys. Since the beginning of time, we've been.
What do I watch?
Anyone can put a shame.
Me Too is like the Spanish BuzzFeed.
It is.
This
Yeah,
kind
there's also
of-
Fusion TV, but yeah, Me Too is basically Spanish BuzzFeed.
You know,
And
if these were
Mike.
actually
No, Me
Latinos,
Too.
their mothers could punch them for speaking like that. Like seriously.
Where are
I
their
can
mothers?
say that word from my mom.
Where is the chancla when you need them?
Oh, that was a really funny story. My mom, when I was younger, she always scolded me for being very, very bad-mouthed because I cursed a lot. And once my sister told me a story pretty funny. My dad curses like a sailor, like it's really, really, really bad. So she told me that that some of my few first words when I was like a year and a half was like parido gatito, like something in baby talk like fucking kitty. When
Okay,
I was
I
a
found-
baby,
I
my
found
dad
the tweet of the
said
guy.
parido gatito, fucking kitty, saying fucking kitty, a baby, and that I actually learned that from my dad.
Yeah.
Okay, I found the tweet. The joke was like this guy say, "My sense of humor is so black there is still more laughter than the white," and he was. I mean, he was. My friends say, "Well, remember when he was have no problem with racism, right?" And he showed us and say, "We all make mistakes. The real thing is not continuing justifying this kind of comments, and if you don't improve, you are just an idiot." So pretty much he's telling her.
Let's see this
You
video
know,
about
when
this.
you
Sorry,
to
let's
a
see this
talk-
let's see this video about this whole Latinx. Okay, 1 second.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, you know, what's the issue with shaving half a head? Oh my God.
What is with the
To dismantle the patriarchy.
What? Hold on. I can't get the audio straight if you guys keep talking over it.
Okay.
Yo, dude, check out this article. 10 annoying things all Latinx do. What the heck is Latinx? It's the gender inclusive alternative to Latino and Latino. Isn't that what Latino's for? Why they gotta go and ruin the Spanish language for it? It's so complicated to say.
Whoa. The only thing that's complicated around here is that outfit. This is the cat call, and I'm calling it.
That's true.
Two main reasons why Latinx is one, to dismantle the patriarchy. The Spanish language.
There's no such thing as a patriarchy.
Oh my god.
La patriarquía. Qué miedo.
El
What
patriarcato.
patriarchy? They say the patriarchy. If it was a
El papá.
patriarchy, it'd be somewhat believable. But
La
the patriarchy.
El patriarcadox.
Okay, there's such as the patriarchy. Then why is patria feminine?
Yeah. That's
Okay, okay.
The patriarchy. TM.
That is a good point.
Almost all of words, no, all of our words, no, almost all of our words are male or female. Most of the words, one way or another.
Yeah, it's that way for French, Italian, and Portuguese.
Yeah, like Romance languages.
So for
Not to mention German as well.
Yeah, but in German there is a neutral gender.
Yeah, that's.
Put the video, put the
And-
video, put the video. Almost all of words are male or female. What else?
But German is a language.
as a universal term forever. So for example, if there's a room full of 3 women, we'd say, I'm with mis amigas. But the The minute one man enters, it becomes "I'm with mis amigos." The X in Latinx is an effort of pushing against the masculine term dictating our language. Using
Nobody thinks that. Nobody ever in the story of the Spanish language actually say, you know what, a man enter and I'm gonna say amigos, and this mean because the women are less than the men. Never, no one's ever said that.
They're using amigos as a general term, not like a gender thing.
It's ridiculous.
Egalitarian language doesn't necessarily mean egalitarian society. For example,
right. There is actually a feminist who say that. He say like it's meaningless.
Like they have this language that is pretty much neutral, but the woman pretty much serves the man. For example, if they have to cross a river, the woman has to carry her husband on her back through the river to pass.
What?
Yeah, and they have an egalitarian language between quotes, so it's not that's not gonna work.
Oh gosh.
You know, we have societies in the Andes in which when a woman uses birth control, okay, the husband actually beat her because he assumes that she's cheating, because why are you trying to not have babies? It's because you're sleeping with another man. Those are real problems here. This is definitely what we are supposed to be fighting, and it's not just here. I mean, it's in the Andean communities, in the Amazon communities, and look at these idiots are discussing. It makes me mad.
We have real problems like the economic crisis and Venezuela threatened with imploding.
Right.
Corruption as well, and FARC as well. I'm not sure how's FARC doing.
Here in America, it's all superficial BS. Like, it's not even, there's really not a problem here. But, like they say there is. And they make it, because a lot of these kids are trust fund kids. And they've never worked a hard day in their life. And they're ignorant to the world, so they have to create their own problems. And this is what they do. They sit in their parents' houses and like, oh man, my life is so oppressive.
They want to be Latinos in the sense that they wanted to be part of this culture, and they don't want to assume that they are American, and they feel so. I mean, it's not like we don't like them. It's just like I don't feel them part of my culture. Okay.
I actually was discussing that with my sister, and I talked about this discussion in Twitter, and I told her that what makes a Colombian a Colombian. It's the fireworks in Christmas, the lechona, the aguardiente, the parks, those little cultural things that you have when you grow up, when you are born and grew up here. And we have a cousin that was born in Australia, and while her parents are Colombians, she will never get to be a true Colombian herself, because she didn't grow up or lived in Colombia in this context and learn what it means to be Colombian. So we wouldn't quite consider her Colombian. That's the issue with Latinos.
Right.
Yeah,
so
that's
basically,
understandable.
it all comes down to how much of a culture you have in the country that you are saying that you are from.
Mm-hmm. And the Chicanos and descendants from immigrants, they have Latino families, but they don't, unless they live in their parent country for a while or know what's up, they don't truly feel Latinos, if you know what I'm saying.
I think there are a lot more American than they are Latinos.
Yeah.
Subconsciously tell women and girls that they aren't included, limiting.
No,
Wow.
I told you, Tyler, this video makes me really frustrated. I swear.
My God.
Technically, what she's saying is like all of the men who are now in the stream, okay? As soon as they start here, they think that we are less because they're men and we're women. That's what she's saying. Is anybody here actually thinking that if I say all the amigos who are here, it means that we are less? No one is thinking that. I mean, okay, carry on. Okay, I'm just gonna punch a bitch.
Or telling them that they're inferior to men. So Latino is like using police officer instead of policeman. Or saying
No.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay. I have something. In Spanish, how you say police in Spanish? Policía.
La policía.
Yeah, it's a feminine word. Are they changing the two? They are not gonna change it. That word is definitely a feminine word. Like even when you're talking about a man, you say la policía. Okay, why don't they change it?
La policía?
La policía. The thing with the
Sí,
word
la
with the
policía.
word itself. The thing with
La
the word
policía
itself.
is not talking about the person, it's talking about the profession.
Actually, the word for the police in general is la policía. But if you refer to one individual, the word doesn't change gender. It's the prefix that goes with it. El policía, a policeman, and la policía, a policewoman.
Right, but they don't change it because I mean, technically they should actually say police, whatever. Because also include woman too, but no, because there the word is actually with that final A and is a feminine word. They're okay with it.
Yeah.
And
This is another female supremacist video. That's all it is to it. That's all there is to it. No equality here.
Yeah. So carry on. But what else is this video about? I want to.
well, not everyone's down for gender inclusive terms.
Who'd rather the man of the year?
Keto. Wow. A joke about Trump. So clever.
My favorite
Easiest
thing is
target in the
all about
world.
Trump.
It can be a Me Too video about making fun of Trump.
To break down the gender binary. We've learned
Break down the
Even
gender
people who are
binary.
anti-Trump would find this stupid.
Yes.
Wow. What else?
and women. Well, what if you don't fit in either, or you fit both, like me? Hi, I'm Chris. I'm a non-conforming person.
Looks like my cousin Bob.
Man or
We
woman,
can
man or
see
woman.
that you're a woman. We can see that you're
She's
a
a
woman.
potato.
Jeez.
You are
It's a potato,
twiggly
yeah.
puff. Because that's the only thing that remind me.
Really tough.
brown tricky puff.
Jigglypuff.
Trigglypuff.
Trigglypuff.
No, she's a potato.
Oh God.
Wait, hold on. That's exactly what she says? Get your hate speech off this campus?
Yes.
Get your
I
hate
never
speech off of
understood
this
what she was saying.
campus.
I never understood what she was saying. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All I heard was "Take your hands off my sandwich. Take your hands."
Take your hate speech. Take your hate speech off of this campus. That's what
Oh
she
wait a
said.
second. Like they said day, that's like Aos. So they could use Aos for day.
No, that's not that. No. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense.
The only thing close to a non-gendered term like that could be used as they is eso, esa, aquello, aquella, and those pronouns are for objects.
Yeah.
If you use that, you're referring to yourself as a thing.
You're literally
So
objectifying yourself.
You use they and then with stuff like a group of people or somebody you can't tell if it's a boy or girl or man or woman. But when you see them fade in plain sight, you can't call them they, them. It's like it makes it look awkward as hell.
It's super confusing too.
This comment actually got me. It's in the chat. This is what happens when you try to have an identity that is not yours to claim minority status. Latinx is just a small part of it. Gender neutral BS also come to mind. Exactly. That's what happened because they want to be Latinos and they aren't. They can understand the fact that our culture, all group of people are very different than their group of people. That's, they don't get that difference.
Yeah,
They're
talking about
so
that.
Americanized.
Yeah.
It's
They're
funny
trying to-
because
When
they
say
want to
Latino,
have
when they say Latino, they are not respecting our cultures. We have thousands of cultures, and they
Exactly,
want to put us all inside a box and call us Latinos to say, "Oh, look at
That's
all
what I was
the
gonna say.
minorities."
it actually makes me really mad that SJW is focused so much on Latin Americans because they, for once, seem to think that all Latin Americans are Mexican. And,
Very much.
and that there's only one culture in Latin America, and it's all Mexican. Second, that somehow we are a race. We are not a race at all. We're an ethnic group, and
We're all brown.
Precisely.
Yeah, and the difference, for example, in Japan, it's not just the culture, but also race. Then, since in Latin America we're pretty much very mixed race, for us, culture is very personal. It's what makes us Latinos. And pretty much, if you are born outside, you can't really consider yourself part of the culture because you didn't grow up with this. You don't understand those cultural cues from your family and your friends. That's just not how it works. Even if you are raised in a Latino neighborhood in Texas or something like that, you won't really get that Latin American feel, if you know what I'm saying.
I do.
Yeah,
Right.
and in the case of Brazil, it's even more, it's even worse because we're not even recognized as part of Latin America because we speak a different language.
You are. I mean, you are not Hispanic because you speak Portuguese, but you are Latinos. I mean,
Yeah,
you know how it's called. What these people are doing. You know how it's called? Cultural appropriation.
Whoa, dude. High five, dude.
Cultural appropriation. What they are doing is actually cultural appropriation. They try to appropriate our culture for them and for gain something.
Oh, I got a question for you, for all of you guys. What do you think about the French people in Canada? Do you think those guys are Latino too, or are they Canadian?
Just Canadian.
They're Canadian.
That's
I agree.
But Haitians are definitely Latin Americans. I think so.
Yeah, well, the thing is that French is a Latin language too. That's why some people have argued that the French people in Canada should be considered Latino too. But I disagree. They are fully Canadian.
Yeah, they're fully Canadian.
Yeah, the woman that complained about Mario, yeah, she's Canadian, and worse, Afro-Canadian.
Actually, there are people who wants to make Canada wonder why they aren't Latinos if they speak French, and French is Latin language, but
because it's really hard.
No,
romance language.
Language. Keep them away from us because they are insane.
French. They're French. Keep them away from us.
They're French.
Oh,
Ils sont
yeah,
français.
their
Ils sont
language is
français.
really crazy.
Français.
Oui, oui.
Enchanté,
C'est
mademoiselle.
vrai.
La langue
C'est vrai.
est difficile parce que
J'ai mangé des renouilles.
Oh,
wow.
Que la langue de français, c'est comme la langue espagnole, mais ce n'est pas true. It's not true.
Worst thing is that I speak a little French and I hate it. I just want to finish my program so I don't have to speak in French ever again.
French is pretty. French is all the Romance language are pretty.
Why
so-
not learn Portuguese?
Yeah,
If you're in South America, everybody here speak a little bit of Portuguese. Like somehow, some way, we speak with the Brazilians and we understand each other for some reason. Like we speak how's the name? Portuñol. Portuñol.
Portuñol.
Yeah.
Yes, I speak Portuñol.
A combination of Portuguese and Spanish.
Right.
But because of the pinga, it's not completely compatible.
Oh.
Yeah, because Portuguese and Spanish is so similar.
Want to
Yeah.
learn an interesting and funny story?
Mhm.
For example, for the League of Legends servers, they are dividing in regions. There's Latin American North that includes Mexico, Colombia, and well, the Central American countries.
Yeah.
Latin America South, Argentina, Chile, and the others. And then there's the servers for Brazil.
Yeah, because of
Why?
the different language.
Yeah,
Brazil is
a-
a huge ass country, so
Yeah, I
there's
agree with that.
they-
It's also huge regions. It's a good idea to divide them like that.
No, but it's funny because it's not only for the language, but apparently they were trolling so much that pretty much they made a server to contain them.
yeah. Brazilians are known to
Typical.
like troll on the internet, and they're like so full of memes.
Yeah.
Yes.
My-
memes.
Yeah.
My
The
friend,
best.
my friend used to play LOL, and he actually told me that story. So I actually find it pretty funny because it's a little bit like how Latin America works because Brazil is pretty much a containment zone.
Wow.
Do they call him Lishu on
Lishu?
LOL? Lishu.
No, I don't. I'm not sure if he was called like that.
Onde fica sua esposa?
Give money or I report you.
What?
Give money or I report you.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Speaking of that, the other day I was like, googling something, and I found out that when the Spaniards came here, they also brought black people with the soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. You showed me that article.
And
I don't doubt it.
some of them were actually slaves, but some other were actually people who asked permission to come. They actually came here to fight along with the Spaniards, and they actually took native slaves. Okay, so the black people actually slaved us, the indigenous. So technically, we can start asking for reparation.
No. I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay.
Taylor,
We was
it's not
conquistadors.
paid.
That's right. We was conquistadors.
We was conquistadors and shit.
That's right.
Oh,
Hold on, so you
Conquistador
saying
and el slave.
like the descendants of those Chicanos and those Latin exes in the USA actually think the poor Mayas, the poor Aztecas were enslaved. Like they had the lovely habit of killing babies and ripping out hearts.
Sacrificing hearts every sunset or something.
Yeah.
They were monsters.
Hey, without them, we wouldn't have chocolate or vanilla. Or corn.
I mean,
Even
they
pumpkins.
have technologically a very interesting culture, just like the Incas also have a very interesting culture in many things, but their society was a mess. I mean, there are still tribes here that I remember the government made a mistake of giving some lands to people from Europe who came here to colonize, and some natives live there. They didn't know. And the natives enter in the night and butcher them all. They completely kill them. And when the police try to actually go there, the natives start to go crazy and chase the police away. I mean, imagine. So this whole like, oh, poor things. No, there is no poor thing. We were awful. I mean.
In Brazil, there was a tribe that used to eat people in a ritual. And when the Portuguese Bishop Sardinha, he tried to preach Christianity to them. And as he was praying, they tied his hands up and they tied him to a spit, and they roasted him alive.
Wow. Oh, well,
Is that the Tupi people?
Tupinamba.
Tupinamba.
That's their name.
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a lot of good things that our cultures did, like the art and architecture and all of that. But we can just base ourselves with that because they killed children for sacrifice. And
Well, the moral of the story is
without the Incas, we wouldn't have potatoes or llamas or alpacas.
In Colombia we still have many indigenous tribes, and in particular called Macu. They haven't done anything bad on itself, but take this in some of the native like Nukakmaku, it means monkey. This tribe is actually the slaves for other tribes. They usually work for other tribes as slaves. So those also call them the Nukakmaku, the monkeys.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, this is all of this thing. I mean, all of these things is something like the Latins. The Latins don't have no idea that there exist. They just are fascinated with all of us being brown, despite not all of us are brown.
Exotic
Exactly.
Latin Americans.
Exotic. There is a name. It's called indigenism. I don't know if you heard about indigenism. It's like this glamorization of everything indigenous and folklorism. there is also the glorification of the anything that is local.
Yeah, so
right?
basically like a fetish.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we have the same thing in Brazil. And when I was in college, I told one of my teachers, "But do you know the origin of the word folklore? I mean folklore in Portuguese." And she didn't. And I told her it comes from the English folklore.
Uh-huh.
And she was like,
From the
"Oh."
white man.
Yeah, from the oppressive white man. I'm
Yeah,
like,
the white man.
Oh my god,
They
you've seen
were-
this meme in which this girl is like there is a screen cap of a Modern Family in which I think that is this the Ed O'Neill is trying to speak Spanish, I think, and in this Tumblr girl like, of course, always as white people trying to appropriate Spanish and.
Spanish.
You know,
Spanish is
oh
oh my
my
gosh! Like, I mean, it's not like the Spaniards actually created Spanish, but hey, they appropriate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
But
There's
what
this-
if I,
There's this
but what
funny
if I need to
thing.
learn Spanish for my job?
There's this funny thing with Hollywood, and they usually think that all Latinos are brown. For example, the Colombian actress from Modern Family, I'm losing her name.
Sofia Vergara.
Sophia, she actually is naturally blonde. She wouldn't she wouldn't be so popular and considered Latina if she didn't dye her hair brown.
Wait,
Wow,
she's
that's
actually blonde?
Yeah, she's actually natural blonde.
Huh.
Then
You can tell this, Tyler, because then she's gonna kill you.
What about Shakira?
She actually has black hair.
she has natural black hair. Yeah.
You should look at
Um,
the first two albums. She looks like a typical Latin American woman.
Yeah, I saw old pictures of Shakira from like the 90s. Somebody retweeted it. I forgot who.
I did.
Yeah, the,
I always.
This was awful.
Then there's
Shakira
this,
from, she looked really good.
an actor called Raúl Esparza. He's in La Ley y el Orden UBE. He's Cuban, but he's rarely called to perform Latin American characters because he doesn't look Latin American. He looks pretty white between quotes, and he actually said he accepted the role of the district attorney because he was Latino, because he barely gets Latino roles.
Ah, yeah, the one from Law and Order. I know who he's getting.
Yeah, his character is actually pretty cool. I like it.
There were two Latinos in the show. Remember, it was him and it was the other guy who was also Cuban. I remember his name now. So it's like I mean, when they say there are no Latinos, I mean, I think there's were two. And you know what other thing? There is the Hollywood have this idea that Antonio Banderas is Latino.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Like it's like they say, oh, you speak Spanish. Does this mean you're brown and you are Latino?
It's kind of funny because he actually played a Mexican in Desperado.
Also,
yeah.
Not only that, when he narrates his movies, he does it himself. He doesn't hire doubles. He does it Spanish and Italian.
Yeah.
Well,
He's also playing Argentinian too.
He dubs the Puss in Boots in English and Spanish, and actually the Spanish
Yep.
version is better.
It is.
Yeah, he's speaking in Spanish in for the Latin American dubbing too. I think is him. I don't know because it sounds very Spanish. Pues hombre.
It is. I'm going to leave you for now. It was really nice to talk to all of you guys. I wish you call
Okay.
it good night, okay?
All right, you too, Alejandro.
Be good, man.
Hasta luego, amigos.
Nice
Hasta
meeting
luego.
you, Alejandro.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Adiós, Nara.
Gracias,
Demais.
Tyler.
Viva la
Mátame.
sanity.
Adios, hasta luego.
Don't call my name. Don't
Hasta
call
la
my name.
vista.
Shakira is half Lebanese. Yes, she's not fully Latina. I really don't know where is she, but her names are not Latinos either.
One interesting thing is that the Costa Atlantica, the place where Shakira comes from, there was a lot of immigration from Lebanon and from Middle East. So she technically speaking is Colombian. It's just that
well, one of her parents is from Lebanon, and she was raised here. So technically, she's Colombian.
No, yeah, definitely. Like for example, my president is
Correct.
he was born here in Peru, but his parents are Polish, so he has not one single drop of Peruvian blood. But he's the president. But he's lived here, and just exactly like Fujimori. I mean, he was president, and he has exactly, and his kids neither, but because his wife was also Japanese by blood. So we have a president who has zero Peruvian, twice president who have zero Peruvian blood, and no one care.
Well, yeah, because you have a lot of Chinese, Japanese,
Yeah.
Asians in Lima, right? All them chifas, chofas, or whatever they're called.
Chifas, yeah, chifas.
There was a president of Peru who was of Japanese descent. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, Fujimori.
Alberto Fujimori.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's good because people here actually do not care about this thing. Like, I mean, there is definitely some. Like, for example, I was voting for a guy who he was not white but Latino white, right? And the left went ballistic. Like, he's a white man. He doesn't care. He has money. Instead, because of them, we end up trying to vote for Fujimori's daughter and for this other guy, right? And they start to because they didn't want to support Fujimori. Obviously, the left actually support this guy who was Polish and who was not very right wing, but kind of libertarian, and they have to start supporting him. And he actually won. And now he's about to actually release Fujimori from jail. So thank
How
you, left.
controversial is Alberto Fujimori?
Excuse me, what? I lost the call.
How controversial is Alberto Fujimori? Because I've heard like really scary things about him, and like 50-50 people like half of Peru either supports him or hates him.
You know, this guy won by 44,000 votes. Imagine how controversial he is. I mean, it's because we were actually worse than Venezuela. Yeah, because not just economical, but also because we have terrorists in the 80s. So people were desperate for any solution. So I didn't because I was a kid, but everybody voted for Fujimori, right? And he said, okay, I'm gonna do a lot of drastic things because they need to be done. So we kind of understood that. And at first it was okay, but we didn't know that he was planning to stay forever here. And he changed the constitution. He started to buy all the press, and anybody who was opposing, he ordered to get him killed. And he almost captured a group of terrorists that was doing everything. And he ordered to not to capture them because he need all the chaos in the city to actually start making the change.
Wasn't
So,
that the shining path, right?
shining
El
path.
Sendero Luminoso.
And yep, exactly. And so in the late 90s, it was discovered that his assistant has record every single meeting that they have with anybody. And there's this Congress guy who was giving a bag of money. You know what I mean? Like the cartoons when they are giving bags of money by the mafia, exactly like that. So it was a scandal, and he actually escaped the country. He went to a meeting, okay? He went to a meeting in Asia and sent us a fax saying, this is my resignation because bye. And he escaped to Japan. He escaped to Japan because he has double nationality, and we didn't know that because you can have double nationality. And he stayed in Japan and tried to run for the Congress in Japan. And one day he decided, you know what? I'm going to return because I think that they are going to forgive me what I did. And and he went to Chile. And Chile actually say, okay, no, because you are a wanted person. And they sent him back here, and he's in jail now. And he's actually for bribing, for corruption, for kidnapping, for murder, for buying the press, and
For
there is
everything.
pretty
Oh
much everything
my.
wrong. He's actually there. So a lot of people say like, well, but you have to understand that he had to do these things. But he has groups of people who actually went to towns, and you tell them like, there is one terrorist in this town, so they went and killed everybody in order to kill the one terrorist, right?
Oh
So
my.
That's
he's
nuts.
deservedly in jail, and now president is think to the left, or president is about to release him.
That's
But what
nuts.
about his daughter, Keiko Fujimori?
She's involved with drug lords,
Oh shit.
narcos.
Yeah, because
They
I
are-
remember that you guys just had a presidential election last year with
Yeah.
the current president and Keiko Fujimori.
Yeah, she was running, and she was very close to winning. Actually, I mean, it was a disaster. Like, and there were other better candidates, but people were actually want her because we have a government who was from the left, but they weren't actually that bad. But people here are still very racist about all of that, and he was actually very moderate for a leftist. So actually vote for him because I think that he was something that we need to change many things. And he went to center, actually to the point of going to the right. So people were so mad for it, so they decided to go completely full far right to Fujimori. And I mean, she actually won the Congress, so our Congress is now very far right, ultra conservative, and they have almost the majority of. So we are stuck with the Fujimoris at the moment.
Oh,
Oh yeah. The Fujimori
now that you
dynasty.
now that you
Right, the Fujimoris are like the Clintons, exactly the same.
Yes.
now that you mentioned the elections, Colombia will have its presidential elections next year, and things are getting heavy, really heavy.
I
Well,
imagine.
for starters, a little bit of context. We hate our president, like really, really, really hate. And currently, he is at a low of 16%. Percent of the country likes him, and it all stems from the peace treaty with FARC, which I don't really think is peace at all. And first of all, he took way too long to make this agreement. First, he kept saying that he was going to submit it to voting and let Colombia decide. And when the time finally came, the people voted no for this peace treatment, and people actually didn't want to negotiate. The vote no won, and he still went with it. I mean, he still approved it and declared peace, even though Colombia said they didn't want to. So he pretty much ignored these votings, and the conservatives were the one admitted that they lied about a lot about the peace treaty. But still, there's this sentiment that FARC is getting away a lot with the stuff they did, and they did a lot of bad things in over 50 years that this has been going. And like, if you see photos of Colombia's president, he's doing all of this just for publicity or to have a good image. People said they didn't want this peace treaty, and he said he wouldn't raise taxes, and he did. He said that there would be war in the cities if this treaty wasn't approved. And guess what? It was approved, and there was a terrorist attack in Bogota this Saturday. So
Oh shit.
oh yeah. So people got fed up with him because when we thought he was going to continue what Uri. Wait a second. Sorry, my sister is calling me. So when we first elected him, we thought he was going to continue Uribe's work in eliminating FARC. Uribe was a bit like Fujimori. He did a lot of wrong, a lot of bad stuff, but he admittedly put the FARC on edge. He was on the line of finishing them,
but his term finished, and we elected Santos because we thought he was going to continue his work. Then they
Right.
had a huge fallout and wouldn't talk to each other, and now we know why. Uribe wanted to continue the fight against FARC and eliminate them, but Santos said, "I want to negotiate, go the pacifist between codes way." And unfortunately, huh? Okay. So he pretty much didn't keep his word, and he actually that time he took discussing with FARC those peace terms. FARC grew stronger. They were about to be finished, and in 2 or 3 years that the government didn't do operation against them, they became strong again, and we got again this problem with drugs. So I want to see how this finishes, but people is so fed up with it now that they're likely going to elect someone that Uribe chose, actually tackles or pretty much destroys FARC criminals, because it's pretty with criminality in general.
You're lagging a bit.
Yeah. I read that the supposed agreement with the FARC had a lot of social justice buzzwords and gender ideology, but I haven't read it. It's in a speech given by this guy Agustin Laje. I don't know if you heard of him. So I guess that I wonder if this guy is just some kind of regressive on this guy.
Wait. Going back to like gender ideology, like didn't they have something like that in Peru a while back?
They actually in those peace treaties talk about gender equality and that and rights for minorities and stuff. But it has Colombians, you really tell them what to do. We don't really like being told what to do. And you have terrorists attacking, killing, and raping your people for over 50 years. They come with this paper saying, "Do this." People are not going to accept it so easily, and you don't change the people's mindset in over a day. I'd say that even if they come up with this stuff and you must do it and spread social justice and stuff, people are going to resist, because that's just that pure hatred towards them, and because Colombia in general is a very conservative country.
I remember that Breitbart, posted a text comparing Las FARC with ISIS, calling them the ISIS of Latin America.
Not quite.
Wow.
Well, sorry. Well, not quite. They don't want to build a caliphate, but they do believe the communist bullshit. They were really close. They had pretty close ties with Chavez back in the day. Chavez actually hit the FARC, and they had this idea of having communism in the country. And now they say they will abandon weapons and will say words and present their arguments, but it's a lost cause because we really, really, really hate communists. Yeah, we know we know how they are, and
Shining Path were also communists.
Yeah, when the leader of Las FARC was killed, there was a video of Hugo Chavez grieving his death.
Of course,
he was oh, yeah, he was such a great man and blah blah blah.
Like, has anybody heard about this group called La Raza?
La Raza.
La Raza.
Yes.
They're very violent.
Just
no.
Bye.
Basically, like there was like this picture on Twitter, like by this group called La Raza, which I guess is like the Black Lives Matter, but only for Hispanics. And they had like this bloody trumpet, and I remember it quite clearly, and it was just disgusting when I saw that.
Yes, I heard of them, but it's like
Kathy
again,
Griffin.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
they talking about raza. I mean, raza means race, and it's like
Spanish.
there is a language of. I mean, there is a the implication that we are race again, like.
Usually, if you hear raza, it kind of implies black people because no one calls them.
No, I mean there is a slang like for in Mexico. I think raza is very specific term. It means race, literally race, but it's a very specific term for a group of people. More like, I don't remember. I don't remember exactly. Someone explained it. So this group is pretty much Mexican. I mean, everything that the Latinx and all of these people does is it's like, you know, based on Mexico and Central America. I don't know if you know this, but I mean, below Panama, they have no idea what happens there.
Exactly. It's just only seemed to be just centered around Mexico. That's why they always have the flags with Mexico on it.
Sorry, I had to leave for a second.
okay.
What did I miss?
And you know, in Mexico, it's not even like the most of immigrants that go there. I mean, unless not illegal. It's just
Colombia had more immigrants because, well, if you want to go to South America, you had to go through here.
Yeah.
So we're actually so mixed that they don't quite put the main race of the country. Though if polls go by, well, statistics, most of us are either white descendants and mixed, mostly mixed people. So there's that, and don't make me start on the Sambos, the descendants from black people and indigenous people. No one's called the Sambos now, but we're really, really, really mixed, depending on the region, even.
Okay, according to Google, there is 1,002,000 Peruvians in United States.
Really? Huh.
1,200,000 Peruvians.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Like I never seen any
Yeah.
kind of Peruvians, or at least never anyone told me about they were Peruvian here.
We're more in New Jersey. What is in New Jersey?
Oh god.
Widows.
What is
Shore.
there that we're here?
Spanish people like Miami.
Oh yeah.
Like it's just
I don't know what is
don't go to
Miami.
Jersey.
About Miami, but
Here
here
in David, it's
we
Miami
love
now.
Miami.
It's a jazzy thing. Deal with it.
Colombians seem to go a lot to New York, and particularly to the Bronx. I don't get why I go there. The seems to be still pretty bad from what I heard.
I found a map. Let's see what this little map say about the number of how much we are invaded there.
Evaded.
There's 55 millions of Latinos in the United States. We're 70% of the population of United States. We're more than blacks.
Oh yeah, they're like third place.
We are actually taking over the blacks.
Adios,
The blacks might
amigos.
not like this, but you know what? We Latinos actually are indigenous from here.
Oh, I talked to someone on Twitter, Ropongi, about pretty much moving other people from neighborhoods, and she told me precisely the case of Compton. Compton used to be pretty much all black, but then Latino immigrants began to live there, to arrive, and they were doing their own thing, but then they started to get attacked and robbed. Well, the usual stuff. Latinos, of course, wouldn't stand this, and they began to form gangs to protect Latinos and, well, to protect their people in general, and started to threaten the black families to move out of the neighborhood. Is the percentage of Latinos in Compton now? 60%.
Wow.
60%. Latinos pretty much moved the original inhabitants of Compton, and now, ironically, Compton is a little bit safer than before.
Yes,
I always say this. Latinos are we are very Catholic. We're staunchly Catholic, and honestly, we don't have problem with telling people to fuck off or pretty much going Deus Vult if people top with us. We really.
This is true. My family is very Catholic,
and we're almost like Deus Vult. If you ask us. For God wills it, so we really wouldn't have.
That we want to kill Muslims that way. Well.
Southern Baptists do. I'll tell you that.
Mostly that we don't have issues with actually pretty much removing populations from their place. I mean, look at all the Latinos in United States.
Yeah.
Hey.
There is 64% of the population of Miami are Latinos.
Oh yeah, because a lot of them come from Cuba.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Cubans.
And
I actually heard
are with the most origin of Hispanic origin. The city with most percent of Hispanic origin is New Mexico, 47%.
Oh yeah, like New Mexico is really nice. When I went to Albuquerque, like I loved the mountains and the food. It was just really nice when I was there.
See, I read.
It's beautiful up in the mountains.
Well, about Colombians, I think they're mostly in the Bronx, but there's a saying that we Colombians are pretty much everywhere, and you are kind of bound to find a Colombian at pretty much any place in the world, like even Japan, even though the population of people is minimal, but we're pretty much everywhere because for a while there was this thinking that you must get out of the country.
Yeah.
Because there's no opportunity here. So do what you must, but get out of here.
There are 4.7 million of Colombians in United States, in Spain.
Huh.
Yeah.
There are, I think, more than us. Yeah. Yeah, when there's terrorism, people tend to go outside the country. I mean, but you can see that we Latinos are not. I mean, I'm not going to say that we are not actually doing bad things, but it's definitely a more chance of integration of Latinos in United States that we are seeing in Europe with the Muslim refugees.
Right, like I think the reason why there's a much more greater chance of integration comes down to, I guess, similarities maybe like in Western culture.
Yeah, and at least for me, I think that we Latinos, at least not the criminal ones, drug dealers and stuff, we sort of know that when in Rome, do as the Romans. If you are in someone's house, you should at least respect the rules and do stuff like they do it.
Right.
At least the good ones. So we actually kind of respect that. And in our homes, we do stuff like we do in our countries. So I guess that's why in part the Latino neighborhoods have that feel too. But in general,
depends. Depends where, because in LA, in California, there is a crime by Latinos because there are gangs, but I think that this is more because the authorities are like afraid to tell the Latinos like, don't do this or don't do that because they're gonna be racist, and it's exactly what happens in Europe. But for example, if you are a Latino and you're gonna go to a community that is organized and all of that, and the people are gonna behave. But this doesn't happen there because people are afraid. Like I really don't know why, but it's like they actually believe that we're gonna get offended, but they don't realize that most Latino households are actually very conservative, and we don't have, we're not afraid to give discipline to our kids.
Oh
right?
yeah,
So
that's true. That's totally true. We aren't really afraid to offend people and to defend those ourselves or others if it's necessary. And
exactly.
most of all, yeah, we have a thick skin, you could say.
Uh, I remember in my high school, I had this problem with this Arab boy who was bullying me. Every time I was going out of high school, no, to come back to my home, and I had this friend, this Latino friend, from how is it called? Colegio in
High school.
no, colegio. High school here is instituto.
College?
He means college. Colegio, college.
No, well,
elementary school.
elemental school. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
And he one
Like
day
college.
watched how this kid was like trying to get me on the ground. I mean, like poking me.
Yeah, to
Well, he
yeah,
was
to bully you.
Yeah, he was
Okay.
bullying me, and he came right to this guy and started to fight him, and he got expelled from my high school. And yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to say to this boy because
Yeah.
we didn't talk too much, but you know, he just watched me get punched, and he punched that dude.
And then what happened?
So yeah, Latinos are very, very good. I mean,
Yeah, I think if Europe wants to solve the problem with terrorists, they need to bring Latinos. We aren't afraid to fight.
That ain't a lie.
Anyway,
Like,
the stream has been going on for at least, I think, what, 2-3 hours, and I'm gonna end the stream. But if you guys, want to continue to talk after the stream, you can do that. And also, thanks everybody for watching, and stay tuned next time.
Let's call it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I gotta go too because I have to. I have a family.
I am sleepy.
I'm pretty